welcome to our third episode of Tales from the Loop, Ninawake, Wisconsin. I'm Scott of Scott's Case Files, and we have the 3 stars of our show this week. Dr. Oculary, for personal reasons, could not make it, and we will miss him. We will be thinking of him. And in the meantime, we have our 3 stars of the show. Let's see. Let's start over here with we got Aaron.
Hi, everybody. I play Mikey Wong.
Nice. And go ahead and read us your major stuff, like your pride, your trouble,
Sure.
your what's the other one? Pride, trouble,
Drive.
drive. Thank you.
Sure. So Mikey's pride is that he reads at a 16th grade level, and he's only 12 and a freshman in high school. And what else? His problem and drive?
Yeah.
His problem is that his mom wants to move back to China. He's born of Chinese immigrants, and she really ignores him. And I've updated that to also include racism is around every corner, because Mikey has to put up with a lot of that in the 1980s of Wisconsin. And then his drive has changed. Now he wants to learn electric guitar to get girls.
Don't we all?
All right, cool. All right, how about Andy Martin? Tell us about Andy.
Hey, so Andy is 14. He's the
That's Tim,
jock.
by the way.
Tim, playing Andy Martin. His pride is he's got an awesome throwing arm for football and baseball. That's his thing. His problem is he's starting to drink. He's kind of hanging out with the party crowd, or at least the jocks who like to party, and so that's starting to kind of become a thing. His drive is to win, to compete. Everything kind of turns into a competition for him. So, and it's kind of driven by his upbringing, especially his father.
Cool. All right, and then last but not least, we have Robert.
What's up? I'm Robert. I play Jude Walker. I'm 13 years old. I'm the weirdo. I always have my little Polaroid camera that my mom gave to me by my side. My anchor is my older brother Rigby. My pride is that I can solve a mystery given enough time. And did I say problem or pride for that one?
Pride. You said pride?
That was my pride.
You're
my
good.
problem is that I'm unfamiliar with the outside world, and my drive is that I want to experience that world as much as I possibly can. I have a favorite song. It's Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles. Growing up a sheltered child most of my life to 2 parents who named us both after Beatles songs, it kind of works out.
Nice. Cool. Awesome. Well, cool. That's our cast for tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you. I'm just kidding. We're just getting started. Cool. So yeah, let's do this. So as usual, I'm going to start off with kind of a mundane scene for each of you guys, and then we'll see where you figure out how you guys are getting together. What do you call it? Oh, jeez. So you guys will kind of hear through the grapevine that Alice, she's kind of, she every now and then she kind of, disappears from sight. She's not, as you all know, she's not a big fan of her quote unquote step parents, and you kind of heard through like her older stepbrother that she's been missing for just like this Saturday. It's like today's Sunday. She was missing for like Saturday, and he found like a newspaper open to like classifieds, and he knows that she was, and she left her newspapers behind, didn't do the paper out this morning. So he puts 2 and 2 together and thinks he's trying to get a better paying job to get that money, to get that amplifier. So that's why Alice will not be with us. That was brought to me by Dr. Oculary. So, mundane moment. Let's start with Jude, if that's okay. Jude, you good?
No. No,
Okay,
yeah,
well then we'll start with something. Oh yeah. Well, let's not. We'll forget you. We're okay. Cool.
No,
All
I'm
right.
okay.
All right. So yeah, Jude. So it's a Sunday morning. What do you call it? It's probably mid morning. People have been up for a while and stuff. Um, you kind of come into the front room. You come down from your bedroom. Cruise around, and you're about to step into the front room, and you just happen to suddenly you hear like a sobbing, like like ugly cry type of thing. We're talking snot and everything, and the voice is, you can kind of hear it. It's your dad. He's in the front room sobbing. The lights are, it's daytime, but the shades are closed, no lights on. It's kind of dark. And he's sitting in a room crying by himself. What do you do?
I guess if I hear him crying in the front room, I'll kind of tentatively like enter the room, small steps, and like as I get a little bit closer, I'll say, "Dad,
He's like, he kind of
Dad."
pulls himself together. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jude. I just want to start by saying, it's okay for boys to cry, right?
No, yeah, I get that. Are you
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, why don't you sit down, son? Sit down.
All
He's
right.
like, wiping his nose, and
I'll sit down on the couch next to his chair.
and he's like, so I think I'm losing my job, and your mom's a music teacher. She doesn't bring in a lot of money, so this is kind of a big thing. I'm telling you because I'm not ready to tell your mom, and I just kind of need to tell it to somebody. And you're the lucky one. Sorry, kiddo.
What happened?
It's just it's just politics and restructuring. It's just it's stuff not in my control. And that's I know you're a kid and you feel like everything's out of your control, right? Someday you're gonna grow up and find that, with adulthood comes some freedom and control, but it's just someone else is upstream, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess. Or you'll be okay, right? You're a smart guy, Dad. I mean, you got a job at the Loop, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just, you know, I'm sure I'll land on my feet. You're right. I don't want to be sitting here feeling sorry for myself. Let's help me open the shades. Let's open the shades. Let's make this a good day. Come on, do something.
Okay, I'll
Oh, he's like, oh, he catches himself. He's like, let's do something. I'm gonna go find your mom, and we're gonna have this talk, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna figure this out, kiddo. He kind of goes
All
around.
right.
He starts, like, as it like this triumphantly opening the shades, like I have conquered my sadness. No more. It will not affect me. Pulls on that curtain thing, and curtains go up, and light floods into the room. And you see, like, you see where he was sitting. There was like a box of tissues, and there's a small pile of used tissues to wipe off snot and tears long before you got there. Yeah, he kind of looks at you and pulls up his chest. He's like, okay, I fought against the man before, I'll fight against the man again. We're gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever need help, Dad, I can always help. I mean, it's not like I have a lot to do.
Well, son, I appreciate your offer, but he's like, I'm the adult and you're the kid, and you need to be the kid. Go off and hang out with your friends today, okay? Do that for me. Here's $5. Get some ice creams or something.
All right, thanks. I guess.
He's like, now get out of here. Don't come back till the lights go out on the streets, or the lights come out. Street lights come on.
All right, I'm gonna put it in my pocket and say, I love you, Dad, and then
He's like, I love you too, son. He's like very proud. Rip her out right now.
Yeah, then I'll just head out and probably go to the. Uh, actually, I think I want to go to the. Let's see if it's. Let me move my Jude Walker character sheet out of the way.
You can pop that
I,
out too, if you have like
yeah,
the screen.
I usually have it as separate windows. I want to go to. Oh, I don't see one. Is there like a record store?
Yeah.
I want to go to a record store. The record store in downtown.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, well, let's hold you there. We'll see what's going on. Actually, tell me what are you going? What are you doing at the store? What's your goal there? So we can kind of make it easy to meet up with your buddies.
Oh, I was gonna go out. I probably told Andy and Mikey that I wanted to look for a record for my brother's birthday coming up.
Oh, cool. Excellent. And it's been like, I'm gonna say like a month or so since our last outing, so we're like in summer right now. I think it's June or late. It was June, beginning of June before, like end of the year. Now it's like end of June, start of July almost, maybe course to the 4th of July. Dope. Exactly the word I was going to use. It wasn't the word I was going to use. That's okay. So who wants to have their next? Who wants to do the next scene? Mikey or Andy?
I'll go next. Oh, go ahead.
All right. Let's do Andy. Andy. So you're kind of, it's a Sunday morning. Mid morning. You're kind of probably took a shower. You're kind of getting ready to meet the guys, hang out. It's summer and it's Sunday. The everyone will be off. The downtown will be hopping or doing whatever. So you're like, do anything. You come back to your room, and the first thing you see is on your bed is one of those 80s pamphlets. How to know if your kid's on drugs or alcohol. And 3/4 of the pamphlet is completely irrational bullshit that has is your teen like,
is it sponsored by the DARE program?
No, well, wait, I'm not sure if DARE has gotten this far, but it's like, it's like 3/4 of it's like, is your teen irritable? Are they sad sometimes? Do they maybe not have the social life they want? Are their grades dropping a little bit? Like literally every teenager that ever existed is described here. But yeah, then like there's like, so, and you turn and there's your mom in your sock drawer, which she never goes to, but apparently in the pamphlet it said look in your sock drawer, and she is literally pulling out the bottle of what do you have in there?
It's probably just vodka. I mean,
just vodka. You're not a discerning drinker at that age.
That's the brand. It's just vodka.
It's just vodka. Nice. That would actually probably sell in that market or today's market. Really, I have to say, good call, Jude. So yeah, so like she just literally pulls it out as like it's and you were like totally sneaky by like putting the bottle inside a sock, so it's like, oh, totally camouflaged, that kind of thing. And like she turns to you and she's like, so we need to have a talk. We need to talk.
We sure do. What are you doing in my sock drawer?
Like, Mikey, or I'm sorry, Andy. This is alcohol. What is this doing in your drawer? What's going on here? Don't you dare tell me it's for someone else. Don't you dare tell me it's anyone else's. Don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to your mama.
Mom, you look really pretty.
That is not going to get you out of this one, kiddo. It's not going to work. You answered my damn question. I'm sorry. I don't mean to swear in front of you. What is your darn answer to my question?
It's no big deal, Mom.
It is a big deal. You're on alcohol and probably the drugs.
I don't do drugs, Mom.
You didn't say you didn't do alcohol. What's going on?
Look, it's for a party.
Come here.
okay?
Let me smell your breath. Let me smell your breath right now. Right now. You're gonna let your mommy smell your breath.
Fine. Smell it. Go ahead.
She's like, oh, the super sniffer is at full throttle here, and you're lucky, kiddo. I think that's just scope. I'm not sure if I'll get like hit for that on a trademark and for anything, but it's scope or something.
Look, it was just for a party. It's no big deal, okay? Didn't you ever party at my age?
I absolutely did not. As you know very well, I never got in any trouble when I was your age. I never did anything bad.
Well, maybe you should have.
And then you like do the math and like, Mom, I was born when you were 17. You know. So she's like, you can just see she's boiling up. It's boiling. And it's just, you know what? I'm not having this talk right now. I want you to get out of this house. I don't want you to come home till tonight. And
Fine.
you mean your daddy? You're gonna sit down.
Oh, that'll be a real treat.
You can tell she's like, she's like way more worked up than she expected to be. She's like, she's bringing it back. She's under control. She's like, okay. I know that if I told your dad about this, he'd just overreact, and he was a bad kid when he was your age, so he's not a really great role model here. But you and I are going to have a longer talk. Do you understand me?
Fine.
And you're lucky you're too big and strong for me to spank anymore. Darn right. You'd be over my darn knee right now. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
You look at me. Don't you roll your eyes at me. You look at me in the eyes.
We'll have a talk, Mom.
Okay, she like brings herself down. Redness is draining out of her face. She takes that vodka, and you know for fucking certain that that's going to be drunk by tonight. By the time you get home. But yes, so she takes it out of the room, leaves. And that's the last of you see of her for now.
So, I'm like, thank God she didn't find the whiskey. So yeah, I guess I'll just pack up my stuff, get on my bike, and head over to the record store.
Cool. Tim, if you need to take a break, Tim, you go. We're good.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Please do your thing, dude. We're good.
Get to mute.
Cool. Darn it, mute! I don't want to hear this argument. Just kidding. I'm sure he's having a quiet discussion. All right, let's go to Mikey. So Mikey, you come out when you come kind of downstairs to the living room. You walk into your mom and dad yelling in Chinese at each other right at the front door of the house. I've never actually asked. Do you actually know Chinese, or have you just, or is that kind of a thing you've just not done? You know, bothered to learn or really were introduced to in the home, or how did that work?
I would say Mikey knows enough that all the common, like he's probably 70-80% fluent, but nothing specialized. So
Gotcha. All right, cool. So yeah, you can tell they're screaming it in Chinese, like, and it's all about just it's your worst nightmare. It's about maybe I should just go back to China. Maybe I'll take Mikey with me. Maybe we'll all go back to. Maybe we'll go to Taiwan. And because there's just no place for me here. And he's like, this is where your family is. This is where you should be. This is where Mikey stays. The job is doing well. I'm trying to be as supportive of you as possible. She's a real estate person, right? Right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's like
that's real estate.
Yeah, I'm trying to be supportive of you in your real estate job, and you're doing well. There's. And then they kind of both notice you kind of creeping onto the scene, and he's like,
we're just thinking about creeping away back to my room. And
exactly, like you're like moonwalking backwards, like.
Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad.
Yeah, they do a quick hello, and then she's out the door, and your dad has this thing, this two like two papers in his hand. Like it looks like school paper. You know how that kind of for your middle school they have like they don't have like the college rule yet. They have the wider rule
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
wide rule. Yeah, loose
Yeah.
leaf.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's like two pieces, and he's like he kind of closes the door, and he kind of it just takes him a second to kind of get himself together, and he looks over to you. He's like, "So, I found this in our front door this morning, and what does this mean?" And he's like, he hands you first one sheet, and it's a kid picture of like the American flag, and then like a wall behind it, and it's labeled Great Wall. And he's like okay, so he opens the other sheath, and he reads. He's like, "Dear Mikey, I talked to my mom about you last night and told her what my dad had said, and she told me that what he said is a really bad word, and I didn't know it, and I'm so sorry, and I just wanted to draw you a picture. You're American, and your family comes from China, and they're both really cool, and I'm so sorry." And she says he's not going to be around here much longer anyway. So if you still want to be my friend, I'll talk to you soon. And he puts his number down.
Jeremy's not
Yeah.
going to be here much longer?
I think he was. I think it
Or
was
you meant
the father.
I'm not going to be. Oh, I'm confused.
It's
Okay.
yeah. Maybe I don't make it clear. So it's him talking about his mother's talk with him, and his mother says her dad isn't going to be around. His dad's going to be around much longer.
Okay,
Is
his
the point
dad
of is the point of this thing?
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
And my dad's like, what is this?
yeah. What does
What
this
is this all about?
mean? What does this exactly mean?
Okay, gotcha. Well, Jeremy is a boy that I met in computer club, and he wants to hang out with me, and he doesn't have a really great understanding yet of our culture. And at first, he said some insulting stuff, but he didn't mean to. So I corrected him, and then now he wants to be my friend. So I gave him my phone number so he could call me. Um, I guess he knows where we live, and he dropped off this note.
Because everybody knows where everybody else lives in a small town. He's like, all right, it actually sounds quite reasonable. He's like, he's all ready to have some kind of like important discussion here, and it's like you just broke it down where it's like, okay, that makes total sense. I don't need to have any talk with you. Yeah, again, he's kind of geared
I
up, and
have
he's
this
got
under
nothing.
control. I have this under control, Father.
Like, all right. Well, I trust you, son. He's like, here's the thing. Do what you will with it. Feel free to use the phone if you'd like.
Thank you. I was just going to ask if I may use the phone today.
Absolutely. Call your friends. Do something fun. You've been studying all weekend so far. Kids deserve to get out there, get some sun.
I've written myself a temporary program that stores my friends' computer numbers or phone numbers in my Sharp pocket calculator or computer.
Nice.
So take that out, sort alphabetically, of course. Start with Andy.
By first name or last name?
My first name. Yeah. I didn't want to waste space and put too many characters in. So I've got other programs I have to store in there too.
You only have like 100 kilobytes or something to spare here, so
yeah.
Gotta do with what you got.
We'll start with Andy and give him a call, and I think probably not home by now, and go on to or wait, it'd be Alice first, wouldn't it? Start with Alice.
Oh yeah, Alice.
Yeah. And she's probably gone. Andy's gone. I don't know, is Jude still home?
No.
No,
Probably
Jude's gone too.
to the
All right.
record store.
So, okay. Well, backup plan, pack my stuff, get my backpack, bring my extra spare pack of batteries. You know,
how many AAAs or double A's does that take there? C, C, or D?
they're coin batteries. They're like
Oh,
CR 2032s or something like that, and it takes 4 of them. Yeah,
nice.
yeah. And of course, a juice box and a trail bar, which are kind of new.
Is it
New.
Hi-C Ecto Cooler?
Oh,
Yes, that.
wow. That was delicious. That was so delicious.
Oh, it's the best.
Every now and then you can get it again. Just so you know.
And of course, my mom has supplied me with a blue gel wrap cooling unit to keep my juice box cold. So,
A koozie, if you will.
yeah, a koozie, if you will. Yeah. Pack all that up and tell my father goodbye. And is it a weekday or is it weekend?
It's a Sunday, and
It's a
it's
Sunday,
and it's the summer.
and it's yeah, okay, all right. I'm going downtown. I hope to be back sometime after lunch and before dinner.
It's like, don't worry, we'll keep it warm for you. Just don't go breaking any laws.
No, Father, I will not break any laws.
All right. Cool.
I'm beginning to think I really want to have some more information about guitars. So I'm thinking on my way, downtown, I'm like, where is the music store? Like, there at one point, instruments were available in the house, and they still are, but that was always somebody coming to the house, like to fix the piano or whatever. Um, and I've never had to actually go to the music store on my own before, so I'm downtown looking for the music store.
And you feel like freaking Indiana Jones all on your own with your pack and everything. Like, oh,
Yeah,
unexplored territory. But I can do this. I'm strong. I'm fast. I'm fit.
I'm
Cool.
beginning to wonder just how big a guitar is, how much it weighs, and how many picks you have to have.
All good questions to be answered in time. Awesome. So let's transition with the intro movie, and then we'll come back and figure out see how everybody meets up at the music store in just a minute. All right, we are back. Cool. All right, so let's see. So it looks like the music store is the hub of activity today. Again, this is Ninawake, Wisconsin. It's small town USA, but it is summer and the weekend. People are probably, if they do go to church or something, they're getting out. There's a lot, it's not an impressive downtown. It's not a hugely busy downtown, but there's a good number of people out there right now. Especially with all the kids off for the summer, they're like everywhere. Like kids are everywhere. It seems nobody's wasting their summer this year, including you guys. So let's see here. Jude, why don't you open us up at the music store or the record store, and let's see where we go. And you and Andy and Mikey, feel free to walk in at any time.
So I guess whenever Jude gets there, he's gonna take a picture of the record store, like from the outside across the street, and then he'll go inside. And
Cool.
he's just gonna like walk around for a little bit, just looking at all the crazy art on the records and the LPs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
And
there's cassettes too. There's like a little place and back for 8 tracks even. In the really old pile, but still relevant to some of the people in the small town. There's like the attendant dude there who's just kind of, he's watching all the kids that come in. The guy behind the counter, he's just totally ready for someone to shoplift a tape or something like that. So he is eye on you.
I'm gonna assume that this is kind of like a ma and pa operation that has expanded, and they have the record store, and then another part that they went into the next building is like their hi-fi equipment, and then in the other direction is their music instruments and things like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is one-stop music shopping here.
And I walked in through the entrance that is in the music store, and when I hear the of the Polaroid go off, I quick duck my head around the joining doorway between the stores and spot Jude, and I call out to him, "Hey, Jude,
oh, Mike.
are you shopping for records?"
Yeah. Remember how I told you I wanted to get some for my brother's birthday's coming up?
Oh, excellent. What are you
I
gonna get
just
him?
I've got no clue.
Oh,
I don't know. The
well, what
doll
kind of?
looks really great. He likes heavy metal.
Oh, he likes heavy
That's always
metal.
fun. Yeah, he plays it really loud. Sometimes my mom gets a little angry because he doesn't know when to stop. But yeah, he loves it.
Is he like Metallica?
Uh, I think he's talked about them before.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, maybe we can ask for help.
yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Who do is there this? I just go up to the guy at the desk there and ask him.
Is that what you does?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, yeah. What do you want, kid?
Hey, so do you know my brother? His name's Rigby.
Do I know your brother? Let's see. No, I don't know your brother, Rigby.
Oh, okay. I just assumed he might have been in here once or twice to grab a record for him. So, anyways,
As
so
if.
his birthday's coming up. He's really into heavy metal music. Do you have any like new releases that are like really good or like any kind of recommendations? I don't really know what I'm looking for here.
Like, dude, you can't go wrong with Metallica.
Yeah, what
Don't
album?
dare. I don't
Just
know.
anyone?
I am not a
Okay.
Metallica fan. Please, someone help me out.
Ride the lightning.
Ride the Lightning.
Master of Puppets.
Master Puppets are
Master
all
Injustice for All.
Injustice for All. They're
Kill
all
'em
good.
all.
They're all good. Just go through there.
Good. Okay. He's just gonna Dude's just gonna close his eyes and grab one at random.
He's like, you can hear the guy mumbling to himself up at the front. He's like, I was told I was just gonna have to man the cash register, not answer stupid questions.
Hey, Mike, you think this one will work?
Oh, probably. And then all of a sudden, Mike gets tugged a little bit, and he realizes he's still got the guitar on him. And the sales clerk from the other store is like, "Hey, kid, come on, can't take this
Oh, were
out of
you
here."
stealing that, Mike?
No, why would I steal?
I don't
What
know.
do you mean steal?
I just thought this was like a new you or something.
Yeah,
I just forgot.
the guy at the register's ears perk up with, "Are you stealing?" Like, oh.
I just got very distracted. I'm sorry. Please take it.
Were you
That
trying
looks
to?
like a good album.
So I'm
Have you
gonna
seen
walk in the
Andy?
door now.
Here comes Andy.
Hey guys.
Oh, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Mikey was just about to
Hey.
steal a guitar.
What's up?
No, I wasn't, and I elbowed Jude.
Hey, do you think this record's good? And it's like Master of Puppets.
I see a lot of the burnouts with the T-shirt that has that on, so I think it's pretty good.
So true.
Yeah,
So
probably
true.
like it. Yeah, he doesn't really buy a lot of records. He mostly just listens to the radio.
So when we were walking Sabrina home, she told me about this band called The Replacements. I've never heard of them, but I think I'm gonna buy their record because she said they're really cool, and so I thought, I'll check it out. So I'm gonna go see if I can find it.
Awesome. As all that's kind of going on, the guy behind the counter's like, "Oh, thank freaking God, shift change." And this other guy starts walking towards the counter. It's like the one goth in the city. He's like the guy that runs the place and all these hours. And he's like, "Part," he says to you guys as he's trying to walk through you.
Move.
Judo steps to this like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't know it was in your way."
He's like, "Not a problem." He kind of walks on by, takes his place behind the counter. The other dude, they tag in like wrestlers or something, and the guy that was there is gone, and now you have this goth looking down at you, probably freaking out Jude a little bit.
He probably got into his mom's makeup kit.
And Gus like, "I heard that, and that's not funny."
Jude's gonna take a picture of him at the counter, all the records behind him.
Yeah.
He
He puts out his hand. He goes like, "Know the darkness." And that's probably what you get in the shot with the camera.
It's the big hand, yeah.
That's funny as hell.
So Andy found one of the Replacements albums he wants to buy. So he goes up, takes it to the counter. It's Let It Be. It's pretty good.
Like, yeah, the guy, does the manual register. He's like, "I have no idea what the heck an album cost back then. I don't remember."
$4.99.
$5, please.
There you go.
Perfect.
Sweet.
So he gives you like they have those big, brown paper bags that are made for albums. And he slips that in, hands it to you. Next.
Is it true that Gothic people like to hang out at graveyards?
That is an absolute fact. Next question.
Oh.
Hey, is this record? Do you think this record will be good for my brother? He's really into like heavy metal.
Yeah, your brother will love the hell out of it.
Why do you put makeup on like that?
I want to express myself. He kind of looks around.
What are you expressing?
I'm expressing the darkness inside me.
What is that? What is that?
You get one more question, kid, and then I gotta move to the next customer.
Oh,
make it good. What is it?
Can you ring me up? Can you ring this up for me?
That is a question, and yes, I will ring you up. Here you go, $5.
Thanks. You have a good day. I hope you express yourself to as many people as you want.
I generally do. Next!
I'll get out of the way.
Do you guys want to go listen to records? What do you want to do?
I mean, sure. I'd probably want to. I'd like to listen to how this one sounds.
They do have an in-store record player if that's what you're looking for. Test things out.
Yeah, dude just kind of bought it without really listening to what it is.
Funny.
So I'll take it over to the record player real quick.
Cool.
Pop it in, and then we all listen to the beautiful somber tones of Metallica.
Yeah.
Which album did you buy? Ride the Lightning or Master of Puppets?
Master of Puppets.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Nappins21's watching. Thank you. But yeah. So you guys check out. You're listening to. You didn't. You're Jude is, of course, into the Beatles, etc. And you aren't quite ready for the sound of some hardcore Metallica here. May catch you off guard. Wasn't what you're expecting. Somber, quiet, instrumental, thoughtful notes. This is not.
Just super shook.
Yep. Cool. All right, what are you guys doing?
Just
Tell me a story. Don't be shy.
So, what do you guys think about going to the robot graveyard? My dad's friend said that they could use. They're willing to pay us some cash to help out, and we could buy more records or bubble gum or whatever. Head over there and maybe see if they got any work for us.
You
I
have
would
to
like
lift
to.
things.
Well,
I have to
don't
lift
know.
things.
Maybe they need us to just, sweep or something like that. I don't really know, but
I mean, we don't know until we go there, right? I'm down. I want money.
let's check it out.
Okay. I don't know. You've seen one robot. You've seen them all.
Come on, Mike. You'll love it.
Okay.
Maybe you can reprogram one.
Yeah, I've done that already.
Yeah, we don't talk about that incident, Alright. Hold on.
These are cool.
All right. Well,
Software
I
is
mean-
cooler.
Funny.
I guess we could go hang out back at the brewery.
No, let's go to the robot graveyard.
All right.
I want to see dead robots. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I wonder
I've
if they
never taken
bury
a
'em.
picture of those.
They don't bury them.
They don't bury them.
Well, what do they do with them?
Have you ever seen an auto graveyard or like a car lot, like a
Well, like a
junkyard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it just
It's like
like
that.
that? That just
Huh.
seems like a waste, doesn't it?
I don't know. So can earn some cash.
I'm always ready for cash. Say
Where
cash
is this
and I'm in.
place?
It
Way on
is.
the west side of town.
So we'll head to
Long
the
bike
robot
ride.
graveyard, I guess.
Cool.
Take the
Uh
bus.
oh, did you guys bring vehicles?
No,
Little scooter, bike, etc. Cool. Yeah.
no, sorry, Bob.
There's a bus that'll take you around there from the downtown area.
I feel fine just keeping my 10-speed locked up where it is. We'll just hop on the bus.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, you guys pay your fares, hop on, and before you know it, you're cruising through town. Again, it's a nice sunny, hot day. It's it's summer. It's kind of cool to see all the other kids outside looking so free and carefree. It's like, everybody's just kind of, you see gaggles of kids running down the street, doing different things, going in and out of the shops, and it's just, they're having fun, but they're not having this group fun. That's all you guys can probably think to yourself. Hopefully Alice is having a good time where the heck she is, and then as time passes, you're kind of just enjoying the ride. In this area, you could actually open up the windows, slide push the little weird handle thing and slide the window open and stick your hand out, do the thing, with the air. And before you know it, you guys are kind of getting towards the outskirts of the burbs where the robot graveyard is located. And it's
Imagine there's.
yeah.
I would
No, yeah, go
imagine
ahead.
there's like on the horizon, like the bigger robots that they can't really fit in the graveyard area. They're like a little bit closer or a little bit further outside, and they're like these giant shadows on the horizon that as we get closer, these things start to loom over us.
Yeah, totally. Let's see. Let's bring up a thing here. But yeah, it's you see you're getting close to the edge of the burbs into the farmland. And again, I don't think you guys really ventured out yet into the farm area, but the city extends beyond just the burbs. It's a good deal of farmland. Again, dairy, some corn, that type of thing. Um, and a good number of kids actually live out there, and they get bussed into the city for school and whatnot. But let's see here. So the robot graveyard, its proper name is Robert Self-Balancing Machine Surplus. Robot is just another word for the correct term in this Tales from the Loop world, which is self-balancing machine. And it's run by Sean Roberts, and he's the friend of Andy's dad, who has a little work for some strapping young lads to do during the summer. Let's see here. So yeah, as you guys kind of get off the bus, the graveyard isn't too far, and yeah, you do see like the husks kind of stacked up and whatnot. You get there, and it's just like, again, it's like any other graveyard, really, or not graveyard, junkyard, really. There's a big chain link fence. It has like some barbed wire along the top, signs, no trespassing, etc. As you guys go in the entrance, it's like, again, it's there's one structure, and that's like a double wide there that's kind of used as the office. And there's kind of what amounts to like stacks, which create kind of like a maze through this robot graveyard, this junkyard. And it's stacked pretty high. So it's a little scary in places. It's a little too high, perhaps. But you don't remember hearing about any horrible accidents here or anything. But it's the '80s. I don't think OSHA wasn't like have a real presence here at that time. So yeah, as you guys kind of get in the what do you call it? Roberts is actually doing something like right outside the double wide. And he sees you guys, like you can see this even from a distance. You can see the look of relief on his face. That thank goodness there's someone here, someone to help. And he kind of jogs over to you guys as a middle-aged guy can, which means he's probably sprained something on the way. You'll probably need to rub that, massage those muscles and make sure he recovers by tomorrow, that kind of thing. Hydrate later too. And he sees, he's like, hey, what's your dad's name? Andy?
Jim Martin.
Yeah. Oh, you're Jim Martin's kid, aren't you? I recognize you from the games. You're the big baseball player, aren't you?
Yeah. So my dad said that you could use a hand out here, I guess, and so I told my friends about it, and we thought we'd stop by, see if you've got anything for us to do.
Oh, I am so glad you're here. My last two helpers, they just up and quit on me. They left. They're like in this stupid band, and they're like head towards LA. I don't know. I wish them the best, but I wish they could have given me some notice. It would have been nice.
Oh, is that yeah, Dragon Moth?
Oh my god, you actually know? He's like total deadpan disbelief. You've heard of the group? Like, he's like, oh, wow.
Drew's wearing the t-shirt.
Yeah. Awesome. So he's like, yes. So, you guys are looking to make some money, right? How long do you guys have?
All afternoon.
I got all day.
All right. If you guys, okay, I have a bunch of junk in the back. Well, I'm sorry. I hate saying that. When other people say it, I hate when I slip it, and it's not junk. These are quality robot parts, and they're just waiting for the right owner, right collector, right restorer to find. So I want to. My goal is to kind of make it easier for them to find. So I need you to sort out kind of a large pile of parts into what they are. We have our internal balance mechanisms. We have our our casings. We have the brain. We have the motivators, the etc. And just put them in different piles. I just got this shipment in. I got it for cheap, but I don't have time to sort all this, and my customers need to be able to find it. So if you guys are good with that, and you guys have like the rest of the afternoon, I'm willing to pay you a crisp $20 bill each.
We can do that,
Yeah,
right, guys?
More than happy to.
that would be great.
It's like you really helped me out, and I appreciate it. And yeah,
Can you show
go.
us some
He's
gloves
like
for
go Dragon Moth or whatever. He tries to lamely throw the goat. It does not work. But yeah, so he's like, yeah, it's right over there. Just he kind of points down this path, and again, this place is like a maze. He's like, he points down that path. He's like, okay, if you guys get on right now, you might even be done, earlier than I expect you to be. But go down that path, first left, first right, and then left again, and you'll see the pile of stuff.
Okay.
I got it.
Mikey disconnects his pocket computer from one of these systems that's over on the shelf and says, I think the serial port is missing a pin on this. I can't connect.
He's like, oh, I'm sure we have one for you, kiddo, at quite a reasonable price. He's like, you know what? Yeah. He's like, but you stay away from my computers, okay, little guy?
Okay.
He's like, oh, you guys are going to need these. And he tosses each of you these grizzled pairs of work gloves. Like they're actually going to hurt your hands more than scraping it up against the stuff you're going to be moving.
Being 12, I suppose they like.
They go all the way to other gauntlets for you.
These are kind of gnarly.
Yeah. So he's like, you're going to need those. Just be careful. Don't cut yourselves. And I'll check on you in a while.
Is the palm supposed to be open on these?
Oh yeah, it makes it breathable. It makes it breathable.
okay.
Breathable. It's a lot like Iron Man.
All right. He's like, I'll bring you guys some Cokes later.
Cool.
That sounds great.
Like, I know it's a hot day. You're really doing me a solid, and I appreciate it. But get your asses out there now, all right?
Oh,
right, let's go.
sure.
Right.
Lead the way. Do you remember where he said to go?
Straight,
He's already
right.
gone into the trailer.
He said left, right, left.
I'll follow your lead because I completely forgot.
Thinking that when we get there, we're going to need containers, and we'll also need a sorting system.
I think he just expects us to put them in a different pile.
Oh.
Just
okay.
separate the pile into smaller piles.
Just on the ground?
I guess. I don't know. We'll see when we get there.
That seems like it's going to damage things.
I guess if there's boxes, maybe we could put them in boxes. I don't know. He didn't really say, but
he just said sort.
Hopefully nothing's too sharp.
Well, we got these awesome gloves, right?
With breathable palms.
With reasonable breathable palms.
Yeah, Mikey, did you bring the guitar with you? Did you end up getting the guitar? I forgot.
No, I didn't. I'll have to go back and seriously invest some time in the guitar later.
Totally. Get into your craft.
There's a lot of analysis to be done in choosing this guitar.
Yeah, you gotta get the right stats on it, make sure it's just the right, size and tuning and et cetera, et cetera. Awesome. Cool. Yep. Yeah, so you guys cruise the lanes, and it's pretty wide. This is a large chunk of land that he has that all this stuff is on. I mean, in this version of the 80s that never were, robots have been around since I believe the 50s. For different uses. Lately, they're pretty much used for places, think like boring work, like they're kind of like security guards type of things that patrol areas and large areas. I
feel like we're in the movie Labyrinth. Like there's so many different faces of so many different sizes staring at us the whole time that we're walking around, and we're in a maze.
Good analogy.
Just waiting for David Bowie to jump out.
Yeah, he's cool.
It's cool.
You guys ever see Stand By Me? The junkyard scene? That was pretty cool.
Oh, there's a junkyard scene in that movie?
Yeah.
I have
with
to
the
see
dog.
I haven't seen
the dog. Awesome.
And where they're running away from the dog, and he goes, "Sick balls."
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's a good movie.
I would like to see that. We should rent that from Blockbuster.
You mean Hallahan Video?
Do you guys have beta or
Oh, wait.
VHS?
That's right. Hallahan Video.
Do you guys have beta or VHS?
We're beta, of course.
Yeah.
My dad bought a VHS.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys are kind of figuring out how you're gonna work this Stand By Me thing out. At whose house, who's gonna rent it, where you gotta get it from. Maybe they have it at the library. I don't know. It could be anywhere.
Meanwhile, we're sorting. I take it.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, you arrive at the sorting area, and luck has held out so far, and it looks like you're at the right place. There's it looks like literally you could actually see like tire tracks where like some big dump truck filled with these parts basically backed into this area, raised its back, dumped these parts out, and just took right off. And yeah, you guys can. It doesn't take much for you guys to get a handle on what's what. It's like, okay, so it looks like robot
with
head,
Mikey's direction.
robot innards, robot outards. Unless Mikey wants to add some, or Mikey, or
Nuts
actually
and
any of you could actually do like a what would be a good role?
Tinker.
Let's see.
Calculate, comprehend.
It would be a calculate. Calculate's kind of like figuring out how technology works.
You think you can make a robot out of this, Mike, to help us move this along?
Mike finishes snapping something together and holds down a button, and a little laser points at you. Yeah, I think I could do something with this.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, make a roll just for kicks. Let's get some dice rolling here.
The calculate.
With
Is that
calculate.
what
Yes.
I'm rolling?
Yep.
All right.
Cool. No successes. Did you want to what do you call it? Check your pride or anything, or kind of save that for later?
Is this to organize the parts or to build a
This
robot?
this is like to figure out what parts go where, like in a very refined manner. Again, any layman who knows nothing could actually see robot innards, robot outers, robot head.
Well,
3 easy piles. If you wanted to get any deeper, you'd have to succeed in this role.
I think that since this is the sort of thing that Mikey, I wouldn't say he, just automatically prides himself on it, but he can sense that amongst him and his friends, he's supposed to be the tech guy, so he feels like he's got to live up to something now, right? So I'm gonna say he's going to push the roll. Is that what it's called?
Yep. Yeah. So take a condition.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's do angry, scared, exhausted, or injured. And then that'll apply after this roll.
Yeah. And then what is the result? I just get to reroll, or I get a success,
or
what?
You get to with this you get to reroll. If you spend luck, you also get to reroll, but you don't have to check a condition. If you check your pride, you get an automatic 1 success and no condition. Those are the 3 things you can really do right now if you want to try to succeed here.
Is luck is it every session?
I think I'll spend luck instead. I don't feel like this is such a big thing that I'd be like willing to become injured or anything like that. So
gotcha.
I'm gonna spend a luck point.
Yeah, luck refreshes every session, so you are at your maximum luck. Where for Mikey, it's let's see here, he's 12, so 3 luck.
Yeah,
and you've already lowered it. Cool, right?
Yep.
All right, yeah.
So I just re-roll calculate then.
No, you've spent your luck. Go ahead and roll one more time. 0 successes. That's all right.
I'm gonna spend. Can I spend 1 more luck?
No, only 1 luck per roll.
No.
You can check you can do a check yourself if you want to.
What's the check yourself?
That's the take a condition to re-roll again.
Oh. Yeah. No, not that important.
Okay. Cool.
I'm just gonna fake it then.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, confidence wins, right?
Absolutely.
So,
That's awesome. Yeah, let's hear your patter. What are you like? Okay, so listen up, boys. This is how it's
all
done.
right. So, yep, everything that is larger than an arm span, like just leave that where it is. We're probably not going to be able to lift it. Anything that you can carry, it's fairly large, we'll put that over here. Anything that is nuts or bolts but not circuits, or not wires, we'll put that in this pile. And circuits and wires and boards and things like that we'll put in this pile. And then anything that's optics, like lenses or um, lasers or anything that's got glass in it, we'll put it in this pile. And then anything else, I guess we'll just figure it out if we find something else weird that doesn't fit into those groups. Oh,
Cool.
pneumatics. Pneumatics goes in this pile. That's like oily, piston-y stuff.
Awesome.
Wow, you're smart, Mikey.
Oh, thanks.
Cool.
I read a lot.
So, with your instructions given, the sun is beating down a bit. You're gonna love those Coca-Colas when they get here. You start sorting into piles. There's really no containers here, and it really didn't sound like what do you call it? Am I forgetting my own character's name? Roberts.
Yes.
Roberts, the guy who owns this place. It didn't seem like it didn't seem like he really cared a whole lot. They've already been literally dumped on the ground, and they've been it looks like they've survived a few rain cycles and stuff, just like everything else in this field. So it's not like he's totally concerned about, actually, making, neat areas. It's more simple for people to get to if they're looking for a special thing. But yeah, you guys kind of get to it, and kind of gets to a rhythm. Pick up item, check it out, put it in the pile, and go on back. This kind of thing. And before you know it, you guys are really plowing through. I mean, it was a larger pile than I think any of you would have expected. When a kid thinks of something, it's like, oh, that's a pile. That means it's like as big as that little kiddie pool I have at home. No, it's actually like a pile the size of like a soccer goal or something like that in size. But you guys are plowing through it. The parts, these aren't small parts either. They're rather large pieces. Let's see here.
Hear Mikey humming, "She blinded me with science."
Awesome. So, Andy, you're kind of off to one side. Okay, looks like this part. It looks like I see those parts over there. Maybe belongs. I'm gonna have you roll an investigate roll.
Righty ho.
Science.
We're all sucking. Did you want to try anything else to try to make that one, or let it go? It's up to you.
I guess I could pull a luck.
All right, go for it. Re-roll it.
Just totally re-roll the whole thing.
Yep. Re-roll the whole thing. Yeah, no successes originally.
There you go.
All right, one success. Cool. All right, spend your luck. Yeah. So as you're kind of pumping it there, you hear like oops, that's the wrong one. You hear like a rustling on the other side of the wall of stuff from you. It's one of the thinner walls. It's like if there was something that's going to collapse, this is the one that's going to collapse on you guys. But you hear like a rustling, like someone else is there with you, and they're like running, and it's like a heavy-footed running.
What was that?
Hey guys, I hear something. Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Right after you, Wendy.
What did you hear?
I could swear I hear like somebody running or something. I don't know. I just heard footsteps, but it was
You think
running.
they're
So
in trouble?
it can't be Mr. Roberts. He can't run.
He doesn't have a sick balls.
He's old.
He doesn't have a sick balls dog, does he?
No, it didn't sound like a dog.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I think we'll go over. I'm gonna pull out my baseball just in case
Just in case you have to throw a strike.
I.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah. So you guys kind of are cruising around. I imagine you guys are doing it kind of like the SWAT team, like back against the wall, turn around.
I got my camera out.
Yeah. Hold.
Just like flash somebody.
So yeah, you guys kind of make your way around the corners, and as you guys turn just one more, you're face to face with a robot that's standing there. It's like so far it's the only thing that's been like not in pieces here, but it's not moving.
I'll take a picture
it's not
of it
moving?
because I haven't really robots like
Is
that.
it 2-legged, 4-legged, 6-legged?
It's
How tall is it?
it's humanoid. It's about 6.5 feet tall, and it has this weird. It's like its left hand is like 4 fingers, like a thumb and 3 opposable digits, and the other hand has this weird thing on it. And it's only as like Mikey is starting to look that the thing brings his hand up, and each of you realizes in turn that's a weapon. And he's like, and all you hear is as the eyes kind of, like the mechanical part of the eyes kind of focuses. It's like, stop! Do not move! Don't move! Stay where you are!
Oh,
Guys, don't move. I'm gonna Mike explain you.
I'm gonna explain you. Oh, so the thing kind of circles and goes towards the opposite, like so it's behind you, and kind of you can see it looking in the direction where you came. And the thing turns back to you, and he's kind of pointing both hands at you, one of which is like a weapon, and he kind of looks at you guys, kind of looks you over as if analyzing you. You get the feeling you're being scanned, and then and Mikey, you probably like you're kind of like at the end of the line, so you can kind of out of your peripheral vision can see his eyes, the mechanically dilating and not dilating as he kind of picks out details from you guys.
I'm gonna like hand flick, so I don't really move my whole arm, but just kind of like my wrist. I'm gonna hand flick the last thing I had in my hand before we left the sorting pile,
Mhm.
and kind of like chuck it over to see what happens. I got to experiment with this.
Oh,
So-
absolutely. Yeah. This is absolutely Mikey's first thought is like, don't worry about the gun. Let's see how he reacts to things.
Exactly. More like, boy, I wonder what his reaction time would be if it was this far away and he detected this noise, and how fast he could shoot.
Ah! Everyone else, the other two are inwardly cringing, like, "Oh no, Mikey! Oh no, Mikey!" So, yeah,
Haven't you seen the Terminator?
yeah. So you toss like it's like probably a little actuator about the size of a baseball, basically. You kind of toss it off to the side, and it clanks into like the wall of junk, and clanks to the ground, and you see the thing not even turn to like notice it. He's just very focused on you. I say he because the voice is very deep and gruff. He's like, not to worry, you're safe. I wanted you to not move to make sure that the wall would not collapse on you, but it is sound.
Thanks,
why?
mister.
Oh, you put like a weapon on us. Is it okay if we just kind of move that? It's kind of a little bit scary.
He's like, and this robot only has one tone, and it's just like drill sergeant. And he kind of you see him kind of bring up his weapon hand, and he's like, I hadn't thought of that. This is part of my body. And he kind of falters and he kind of puts it down. I have been trying to remove it, but it will not come off. Not safely. I'm in
Cool,
danger.
Like what? Why are you trying to get that off? Well, why do you have a weapon in your hand? Why? What are you? What's your whole deal, man?
What's your prime directive?
You can kind of see him go one to the other, and you know how like a new parent must feel like la 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 la. It's like 4 different children. It's like I don't know.
Kids suck.
Andy, prime directives only exist in a fictional show called Star Trek. That's not real here.
That's not real.
Okay.
He's like, please get away from the wall. It looks like it could collapse at any moment.
All of these
Okay.
walls look like that. Where just point us to it, not your weapon hand, but the other hand of where you want us to go.
And
What are you doing here?
he kind of looks down at both of his hands, and he's kind of bringing both up, and then lowers the weapon hand and points his like fingers over in that direction, kind of like towards like there's like another route off of the one you are on to find him. So it's kind of like you're going deeper into the maze.
Judo move wherever he pointed to.
I want to try and comprehend like his purpose for why he was built. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, make a let's see here. Oh, let's bring it up.
roll.
It is, I believe it's calculate again. Let's take a look. I actually brought up little cheat sheets just for this. There we go. You guys are. There you go. You should see the calculate page here, like the basic information on it.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, it's calculate. Basically, know how technological objects work, robots, machines, etc.
Oh, I don't mean how he works. I mean, what was his purpose? Like, why? Like, I'm looking for
Right. This is part of that.
logos and okay.
Yeah. This is all part of that. You'll
All right. Calculate it is. Maybe. There we go.
Cool.
Woo!
Nice.
I got one.
Cool. Yeah, so you are able to figure out that this is like an older military robot.
I'll just kind of like be whispering this off as I, so whatever you're saying, they're hearing basically.
Right. Yeah, so this is a military robot. The bipeds went out really quick when the military found out that bipeds really weren't like efficient on the battlefield. It was better to have like, instead of humanoids, it was better to have, like ATST walker type things or, or tracked robots and that the kind of thing for war. So this is an older model, probably from like the early 70s. When right before that kind of thing was done away with. There are of course still military robots, but yeah. So this is an older model. It hasn't been in service for some time.
I wonder if he fought in Vietnam.
I was just gonna say that would explain the person who scratched "Meat is Murder" on the back of his armor there.
So yeah, he's are you guys going in that direction, or what are you doing?
Like, are we did he just leave, or
he's kind of just pointing and waiting for you guys?
So he wants us to go in that direction.
Yeah, that is his thing. What do you guys do? Of course, you don't have to do that.
I think we should.
I'm gonna move because I asked him where we should move to.
Let's see what he's gonna do. Do you have a name or an ID?
He's like, I am ICM 21.
Can we just call you
character?
He says, and he goes, Iwasaka Independent Combat Munitions Model 21.
Can I just call you Icy?
You see him he kind of quirks his head.
Yeah, I like that, Jude.
Acceptable. Go now for your safety.
Do you think he's our friend?
I don't think he's our friend.
He's very
and,
scary.
and
Very
it's
scary to be
yeah.
like that.
But regardless, it has to be weird for kids. Like again, it's like when the sentiment doesn't match the tone. It's just for any normal human being, it's totally messed up. It's like you think he's saying nice things, but he's saying it in a mean voice. I don't know what to do, type of thing. But yeah.
Maybe we could change that.
So yeah, if you guys are going over in that direction, he'll like follow behind you, and he basically he puts his hands up, kind of like as if to guard. Like on the way, he still if you had to reason, he's like he still thinks maybe this isn't unsafe. It might collapse, so he's like ready to, you know, grab anything that comes down tumbling.
Does that happen
Hey,
a lot?
Well, yeah, what do you call it? Roberts doesn't really, you know, again, there is no real safety commission
There's
that
no
really,
OSHA
there's
because
no
it's the
OSHA
80s.
that really watches over this kind of thing. So yeah, stuff does definitely collapse regularly. In fact, you probably passed some like collapsed walls, like where if I was standing there, I would be totally dead right now, type of situation.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, when you guys get to where he's leading you to, it's kind of like a dead end kind of area with like the parts have been like stacked in such a way that it's almost like bricks as opposed to kind of like just the mishmash of being poured out, and you know the physics of each object kind of grinds against the other to create a wall. This is more like a fabricated ish wall, and it's almost like a half igloo, like you have like a half dome to give some you know shelter type of thing. um but yeah, there's just various items there. You see like there's a actual box with like a pile of different items, but it's like torn apart, etc. Like
Hmm.
he's like, I have water, it's over there, please take some, you must be thirsty.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks. Actually, it's pretty hot.
Yeah, it's actually ecto cooler.
Oh, sweet.
Uh,
It
can
looks
we
like
drink
water to him
this, Mike?
apparently.
Mike, can we drink this?
Guess so. I mean,
It's ghost
It's in the
ectoplasm.
box, right?
what does the expiration date say?
Oh, those
It
things had an
says
expiration date of a decade later. You're good.
it says not for consumption.
Funny. And with that, he kind
Hey,
of go ahead, Jude.
hey, Icy. So, what's your like? You said you were in danger. Like in danger from what?
You kind of see him, like you hear like clicking going on inside, as if like literal gears are turning to help him formulate some kind of response, and his head kind of tilts to the side as he does so. And it takes like a whole like 5 or 10 seconds, and he's like, I I am a failed robot. I am an anomaly. I was going to be taken apart. And then he kind of looks at you guys, and it's like even he can recognize that like you guys want more. He's like, I was put into combat, and it was found that my AI knew fear. I am afraid to die. I do not want to kill. Yet that is my function.
Hey, man, that's honestly that's very refreshing. To hear that a robot with a gun in his hand just does not want to kill. It makes me feel very good on the inside, and I'm glad you found your truth. Are robots supposed to think like that, Mike?
No, they're not. That's weird. But do you have anybody that's actively following you? And does Mr. Roberts know you're here?
The owner of this place is not aware of my presence. I have been here for 24.26 hours. And yes,
Oh,
I am being searched for actively. And then he kind of goes like this and flicks open this little panel, and you see like a little beep, beep, beep.
he has a tracker.
They are
what is
by
that
now they are by now assembling 3 vans across the city, across farm area, triangulating my position. I've been moving until I found this place. It affords enough cover where perhaps the signal doesn't go as far, but that is the best I could do.
Do you
I
have a final destination that you're trying to get to?
and he kind of looks to Mikey, and he quirks his head again, and you can hear the gears are turning. He's like, safety.
Boy, guys, this is tough.
I think we all kind of feel that on the inside, Icy. I feel you there. We all just want to kind of like a safety, a warmth, maybe a hearse to come home to on a very cold night. It's like an anchor.
It'd be really sad if Icy got taken apart. I think we should help him.
I think you're right.
Do you know how to get rid of that tracker, Mike? Or is that kind of out of
I
your
can
wheelhouse?
try. I'm really not that great with my hands, but I can try.
The robot kind of looks to each of you in turn. He's like, I do not wish to die. I do not wish to kill. I do not wish to put little humans in danger.
Hey, Icy, we're gonna help you, man. You're in trouble. You need somebody. You can't just do this all on your own.
Icy, do you have an onboard operations manual? Or a field kit manual or something?
He again, he kind of quirks. You can see he's kind of calculating the answer. He's like, no, but I know that there was one that the proprietor had been reading. I saw it from a distance.
Proprietor?
Owner of this property.
Maybe Andy or Jude, you want to see if you can go secure that while I look at Icy to see if he's also enabled for self-destruction or anything like that.
Where
By the
where do we
way,
find that at?
I think you got to talk to Mr. Roberts. It sounds like he had a book. It's probably something that's either got like a metal casing on it, and like watertight, small, compact, or it's going to be just the opposite, like factory based. It's going to be a huge like telephone book, one of those two things.
Do you think he'll just give it to us, or do you think we should see if we can sneak away with it? Because if he knows that Icy's here, he might come looking for him.
Yeah, but he doesn't know Icy's here, so, or Icy doesn't know that he knows that he's here. So I guess that could be a problem. I think we better sneak away with it, but you better have a backup plan. Adults, you know, they catch on to shit. So
Mikey swore.
But they can be dense
It's all.
sometimes too.
Is it because he's just started listening to heavy metal music that he's now using profanity?
it's just what Alice would say.
Here's what Alice would say. It absolutely is what Alice would say. Where's she here tonight? Cool. Hey, so we're getting to a point where we're kind of entering the let's do it phase. So we're about the halfway mark. Is it cool to take our 10 right now and we're back in 10 and start that phase of the night off?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, do that. See you guys in 10, and we'll find out what the kids are doing to get that manual and help out Icy.
Hang in there, viewers. It's about to get good.
See you in 10.
So, yeah.
Before we go, I'm gonna drink one of these.
Oh yeah. What is
Awesome.
that?
It's not an ecto cooler, is it?
Oh,
Oh
It
god, it
is.
actually is an ecto cooler. How the hell did you get a
What?
Ghostbusters ecto cooler
So
on
about
command?
3 years ago, when they had the Ghostbusters revival movie that came out,
Right, right.
they sold these things. So I bought like a couple of cases of them.
oh my gosh.
Holy crap, that's awesome. Oh, that's so
So
cool.
just for Robert's benefit, this was I mean, I probably drank 100 gallons of this stuff back in the 80s. Like it was good.
Delicious.
It's kind of got an orange flavor to it. But oh, it's delicious, and probably it's it's probably got like 21 grams of sugar. So it's
It
I wonder
better.
how it tastes if you had it right now.
what's that?
So I wonder how it tastes if you had it right now.
Well, the
30 years
expiration
after
on
the
it
fact.
was April of 2017, so might be a little dicey, but
You go for it. Cool.
anyways.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
Kids
Thank
don't
you
die,
for
remember?
that. Awesome. Hey, Jude, I hear like a humming in the background.
Oh yeah, my stuff is on.
Okay, cool.
I
Cool.
forget.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Cool. Yeah. Tim, thanks for bringing that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get back to it. So let's see. Where were we? We were just about to formulate the plan that go into action. So who's doing what?
So I think I'm going to try to sneak off and get that manual.
Yeah, me and Andy will do that.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. And Mikey, what are you going to be doing?
I think maybe too, if somebody could, like, if one person could go try to get the manual, and the other person keep an eye on like vans pulling up or something. Just keep a watch out. I'm gonna examine Icy first of all, just to make sure I understand what it's gonna take to like take this tracker off of him, and which is my intention, which is why I want the manual. But then also, like, what's the possibility of taking the gun off of him, and what kind of tools am I going to need, and then trying to find those tools, and because I figure they've got to be around here somewhere, and spare toolkits of different robot accessories. And
All right. Okay. I get what you guys are doing. So let's start with Mikey. I'm gonna have you do an investigate to kind of let's see if kind of basically roam around and see if you can find like a basic like robot toolkit, if you will. They're generally interchangeable. Nice, right? So yeah. So
I can't believe I got one.
You got it. You got a success. So yeah, tell me about what's happening. What do you do in this process to get that thing, that kit? Find the kit.
Thinking there's probably like a robot robots service vehicle, right? And that these service vehicles, maybe they're the old Gravitrine vehicles that still float. Like they're a warehouse of parts and tools and things, and like 95% of that stuff would be gone already, but perhaps there's some built-in units, like you'd have a toolkit that comes with your car, except it's a robot kit that comes with this floating robot for robot parts.
Right. That's cool.
Right.
That's
And
awesome.
so to get that, and then start matching it up basically against different parts that are there. But it's really the kind of the sequencing, and I need to know like what's got to come apart first, and if there's any other systems that might be built into him, because the last thing I want to do is cause an explosion. So
With you like right there at what's called the epicenter, as you learned in school.
yeah, and probably some other common things like insulators and grounders and stuff like that.
Okay.
Maybe a torch would be helpful.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. Like your success gets you those things. That's awesome. So yeah, you can. I'm assuming you're bringing them back to Icy's kind of little hovel.
Yeah, everything probably pretty easy except the torch. Being the 80s is probably attached to this gigantic tank that's like hella heavy to haul around, and so I'm probably dragging that thing.
Yeah, if this was like the TV show of this series, I envision like Mikey. You kind of see the close up shot of Mikey's face and his shoulders. He's kind of dragging the hose as a hose. He's like little 12-year-old boy. He's like, and then suddenly like everything is suddenly light, and we pan out the camera and it shows Icy is like he's now lifted it for you and is carrying it behind you. All right. So, what are Jude and Andy doing? The dynamic duo.
So
They're gonna.
either one of us, I think, should try to see if maybe we can distract the owner, and the other one sneaks off with the thing. Maybe. Like, are
On
you
a
good at
scale-
sneaking?
On a scale of like 1 to 5, how good are you at sneaking?
Pretty
Ooh, good
low,
one.
I would say I'm a 1.
I'm actually like on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd probably be like a 2.
Okay, so maybe I'll try to distract the owner, and you try to find the manual and get it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do that.
Cool. So we can do this two ways. The mechanics allow for both. One is we can do like for Andy, it would be like should take a quick look. So with Andy, it would be like a charm roll type of thing.
Okay.
To kind of get his attention, and then Jude would do a sneak roll, or we can just say that you help Mikey by doing your thing, and he gets one extra die to roll. I'll let you guys decide which version you'd like to go with. The outcome is still if you actually do the roll. Let's say for example you do the charm, and you get 2 successes. That means you not only succeed, but you give 1 to him. You could theoretically give 1 dice to him extra to use in addition. So I suppose it's all how you guys would like to do it. Either way, either way, the only guaranteed way to get him an extra die is just to assist.
I think we should both try our luck in our separate avenues and maybe push luck if we really need to.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Andy, tell me what you're doing.
So I'm gonna go up to Mr. Roberts, and I'm gonna hey, Mr. Roberts. Oh man, am I tired? That's a lot of hard work. Hey, can I show you something?
He's
Check
like
out this
he's like literally just coming out of the trailer, and he sees you. He's like, yeah, I mean, how's the work coming? Are we getting things separated? Are we good to go here?
Oh man, it's so cool. I never understood all these different kind of robot parts, but they're cool. Like, this is a really cool place. How did you start this place?
Oh, you just want a couple extra Coca-Colas. I understand. We'll get you those Cokes. Yeah, but it's just you have a vision. You try to a vision that can make you some money, and you just go for it. There's always a market in old robot parts.
Okay. So this wasn't like your grandpa's business. Like, you started this, huh?
Oh no! So you see him kind of. I'm assuming you're kind of like leading him away from the double wide, and like he has like a cooler out on like a picnic table there. We're probably like when he did have the dragon moths working for him before they left for LA. They probably, you can imagine they ate like lunch out there and stuff. And he's like, "There's a cooler, the standard red and white cooler out there," and he's like, "All right, yeah. Don't try to bar the old man up. I already promised you some Cokes." And he opens the thing up, and there's like, I don't know. Do you want bottles or cans, Andy? What do you think? Does he have bottles or cans?
Probably cans, because bottles, then he's got to deal with taking them back and all that kind of stuff.
Nobody recycles the aluminum crap. It's all the bottles get you the money back. The return.
Yeah.
So yeah, he brings out like a 6-pack of Coke that's dripping from like all the the melted ice in there. He's like, yeah, take this back to your buddies, and if you know uh just kind of get back to work, do your thing. So go ahead and make your charm roll. Let's see how
Hey,
you do.
hey, do you like the Brewers?
Go ahead and roll your charm.
All right.
That was a nice one.
Charm. Here we go. Come on.
No successes. So you're not helping out Jude, but you're not hurting him either. You basically set him up so he can
Okay.
potentially do what he's doing. So it's still okay.
Maybe you could spend a luck or something.
Yeah,
I already burned the luck, and I don't really want to take a injury or something.
So what about what's your wait a minute? What about what's your pride?
So it's my throwing arm.
Yeah, awesome.
Which is why I was kind of talking about the Brewers. I wanted to see if he would fall for showing him the ball and like telling him the story.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So that was but the charm didn't work. Like he's not really interested apparently.
Okay. Well, I feel like I cut you off there. So let's go ahead and use your iconic item there. So roll the charm with the baseball.
Okay.
That was my bad. I should not have cut you off there because I see where you're going with this and it makes a whole lot of sense.
Okay.
So let's try it again with the iconic item because again, if you guys have these iconic items for a reason, and this is a really really great use of it too. That's awesome. It's not, you don't always have to throw it for it to be something. This is a distraction.
Okay, so I got charm. Hang on, I gotta like stretch this out a little bit. There we go.
I believe.
You believe?
All right.
So does he. Awesome. All right. Yeah. So you have a helper. I'm actually gonna give Jude 1 extra die for his role because of this. That's awesome. Good job.
Beautiful.
So yeah, he's like.
So I'm telling him the story about how I got the ball and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're probably throwing it up in the air, juggling it back and forth. It's almost like you're like someone hypnotizing someone with the coin. Like, keep your eye on the coin, keep your eye on the ball. Look how high it flies. Look how it comes down and lands here and goes up and goes up. All right. So Jude, what are you doing as for your stealth action?
So as he moves him away from it's like a trailer, right?
Yeah, it's a double wide trailer.
I'm gonna like sneak in behind him, like as he's walking towards the cooler, and just go in and start looking around for like what Mikey was describing. Like maybe it's a big metal case, or maybe it's like just a giant phone book.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 1 extra die for the roll. So just roll your sneak, and then I'll have you do the roll d6 thing that I had you guys set up for the extra die.
I just upped my sneak one for the extra die.
Oh, sure, that works too. Just remember to put it back down.
That's one success.
Don't mess with me.
Yeah, I did. It's on 2 again.
All right, cool. All right, success. Yeah. So you get in there and you kind of went off of what Mikey was saying, like, oh, it'll either be like this metal case or it'll be looking like a phone book. And sure as hell, you see this big phone book looking thing. Mikey's not going to be happy though. It's in Japanese. he is Japanese technology. But you can make the sketches are there are diagrams that are just like putting together your IKEA. If you can recognize what a screw going into the hole looks like, you can probably figure it out even if the instructions are in a totally different language.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, you abscond with this phone book size thing. And you can make out like the in some places it actually has English as Japanese kind of can for stuff like this, and it does give out his like number. That's how you kind of like discern that this is like the right thing. So you see the IICM-21.
Perfect.
And even a picture of him on the front.
Yeah, I'll just take it back towards the maze and wait for Andy to get back to me.
Cool. All right, continue on, boys. Take the role play from there.
kind of come together, and Andy's bringing the cokes.
Yeah. Uh,
And that's how I got this baseball.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
So then I'll lumber back and thanks for the cokes.
Hey, just get those piles started.
Oh,
And,
hey guys. He gave us some cokes. Hey, Jude, did you get the manual?
yeah, it's pretty big. It says it's got his name right here, and then it's got like a big picture of him. Here you go, Mikey.
Perfect.
Oh,
It's
great.
Thank you.
maybe an issue.
Oh, it's in Japanese.
Can you read that? Can you read
No.
that or
No, I can't.
no?
But I think I can figure some things out.
You
based
never
on
like
this.
learned in robotics to like teach you other languages to like maybe if you have to read a manual.
Yeah, I'm not really a robotics guy most of the time. I'm really a software guy. So
Can you read
Uh,
Chinese?
Yeah,
Isn't it the
you say
same
that all the
thing?
time.
yeah, I was waiting for that.
I'm not sure what the
uh,
difference is, but I believe you.
they're different different cultures, different countries, totally different language.
Different
So yeah,
robotics
okay.
and software.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought somebody said something about Chinese, but
I did. I said, can you read Chinese?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Mike,
could,
Mikey is.
Andy. I actually can, Andy. Except this is in Japanese.
That's awesome.
Oh.
I could just imagine the little, the 12-year-old kid's face. I can, Andy. Just so you know, how fucking ever, this is not Chinese. I can totally see that.
Duh.
You're like this looking, and you're looking up at this Hulk, comparative Hulk of a dude, giving him all this attitude. It's awesome. That's a great. Again, I can just see that with the camera, watching the like the height difference between the two is you're like, yeah, get him all this attitude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No,
Oh yeah,
doi.
because I would be like this, right? I'd be looking up. Yeah.
No, doi. I know Japanese and Chinese are different.
Oh, okay. Well,
No
no,
doi.
I'm sorry. I can't read it. Icy, do you have character recognition? Can you read from books?
He kind of looks at the book and he looks back at you. I have only basic language knowledge. I was
Okay.
programmed with English, as you can see. One language.
Have you read The Little Mermaid?
He looks over
That's
at
pretty
looks
basic.
over at Jude, and if there was like a raised eyebrow, he would raise it. He doesn't have an eyebrow. He's like,
Just tilts his head a little bit.
I have not read this.
I just thought it's like a fairy tale. It's pretty basic. I just thought you might have read it. It's pretty good.
Like he understood like 1% of the words you just said in that last sentence. Fairy tale, blah blah blah.
Read. Okay, so I guess Mikey's gonna get busy looking through the manual to figure out and locate parts that are both having to do with his tracker and then anything that's wired to and power sources and
Are we going to need any tools?
yeah, I was able to pull some together. I think we've got what we need. I got this box, and as 12-year-old Mikey with the semi-bad hand lifts it, it kind of like spills all over the place. Well, yeah, I've got tools, and Icy brought over this torch in case we need it too. So.
Oh, cool! A torch.
Yeah. Have you ever used a torch?
No, but I want to. I get to use the torch.
Neither have I. Neither have I.
Just try not to burn.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That again, you just said that in front of a robot who senses his own mortality. He's like he's like his internal monologue is like, maybe this was not such a great idea.
It reminds me of Meet the Robinsons and that dinosaur when he goes, I do not think this plan was as well thought out as it should be, or something like that.
Fun.
But yeah, I figure, I imagine something like, Mikey's able to discover what to do, but then somehow doesn't quite have the ability to like actually remove it. Like it's just a little bit too manufacturing. Like this would have to be done multiple people, etc., like that. But I think what Mikey would realize is that he could kind of like disable the override mechanism for the robot so that he could do it himself.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Because that's probably why he never pulled it. Is he knows where it is, obviously, so he probably just isn't allowed.
I
So
see.
so after some fumbling and tools and whatnot, I think really what Mikey needs to do is connect and use his pocket computer to hack the robot's code, hack Icy's code, so that and flip the switch so that he can make his own modifications to himself.
Okay. So yeah, so as you're kind of puzzling things out, Andy's like, I want to use a torch, and Icy's like, holy shit, what have I done here? Maybe I should just get dissected. Maybe that's the safest route here, So as that whole thing is happening, you see him like perk up, like he's suddenly up, and this is a combat move. This is like you can see his battle programming start to come up because he was like in a crouch, kind of like, so he could be at like Mikey height and like kind of listen to what he was saying and interact with you, and then it's like he hears something, and then he's like you actually hear the servos zip in him like, and his weapon comes up because that's what he's programmed to do. Enemies are around you, prepare to shoot, and he's like, Vans in the vicinity.
Uh-oh. We gotta save Icy.
Do you know where they are?
And he kind of puts both of his hands up and he goes, there, almost triangulating. I will be exposed soon.
So I was about to connect to him. Did I get a connection, or did all this prevent that?
This prevented that.
Okay.
And it seems like we're slipping into the extended trouble of the session. So this is where I kind of see, like, what are you guys going to do as a team to kind of make this happen? So Mikey, I know what you're doing. You're going to try to reprogram him so he can do his own modification. That's so? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just thinking about the analogy of the Motley Crue video where the four of them have to come together and all do something specific to, like, I don't know what it is, like.
You're going to make me watch a Motley Crue video. God damn it.
There's like, like each one of them's got a special power type of thing.
Oh my God,
remember that video?
I don't, but now I have to search for it. Oh, yes, that is exactly. In fact, if this were the TV episode, it'd be going back and forth between them. I don't know who's who. I don't know who equates to who in Motley Crue, but it'd be like go back and forth. Like the one's like, grrr! And like Mikey's like, and I was like, Cacan!
I think it's the Looks That Kill video that they each one of them's got something they do.
Okay.
All right.
Huh.
All right. Definitely
anyway,
look that up. All right, so that's your contribution, yes?
Yeah, just repeat what you said because I was actually really daydreaming about that. So
no problem. So we're basically we're slipping into the extended trouble, which is like the climax of the episode. So this is where everyone does their part to make the thing happen. And my understanding is Mikey is trying to reprogram enough of Icy's code so that he can self-modify.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's figure out what are Andy and Jude doing. What's your thing here?
Do we have to only get 6 successes since Alice isn't here?
Yes, yep. It's
Okay.
a 2 success thing per, and it's basically per person.
Okay.
So yep, total of 6 successes to make this happen. So what are Andy and Jude doing? What are your in order to I can give you like pushes in a direction or something if you're having trouble thinking of something, or come up with something on your own. How are you going to make this happen? Are you gonna
So is there a way to blockade us in so that like so they're trying to triangulate him, but I was
oh
trying to like think of a way to like so that they wouldn't be
yeah
able to.
yeah so
I
that
was
sounds
thinking about yeah, I was thinking about like pushing like certain parts of the maze up to
yeah
like block their path.
yeah that's absolutely a force roll. So I'm not sure. Yeah, Andy or Jude could do that. Are you gonna do the same thing or different things?
Well, I was thinking Jude probably wouldn't be able to push
that,
the walls,
that's
but Jude could
that's what we
probably
have an
figure
Andy
out the
for.
best. Jude could probably figure out the best places to bring down the wall.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm trying to think of what that would be. So I suppose that'd be like maybe an investigate type of role.
That's what I was thinking, or comprehend, one of the two.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at comprehend. I want to get you in the right one, y'all.
I'm pretty good with both.
Oh, there we are. Let's take a look at that again. It's sometimes they use kind of different terms in this game, so to kind of do what like calculate and comprehend sound like kind of like the same thing to me. But so comprehend, the ability to have the right piece of information or being able to find it at a library, and basically it's an information type of skill for this. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could totally like, oh my god, I'm using trigonometry. Like if we apply force here at this angle, it'll bring it down here, and they'll block off this portion of the maze, etc., that kind of thing. So is that what you want to do?
Yeah. I want Jude to figure out
Awesome.
just the best places to bring down the wall that would slow down the vans the most.
Okay.
Maybe
Cool.
leave us a little bit
Kind of Jude's the brain, I'm the
filtered
muscle.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Awesome. So let's start off with Jude then. Jude, make your roll. Let's see what's going on. Holy crap!
Perfect.
Shoot.
Nice.
All right. Do you want to re-roll anything for any successes, for any pride? Do you want to check your pride or anything? What is your pride? Remind me what your
It's
pride is.
oh my god.
Oh, I'll solve any
Dog.
mystery if I give it enough time. That's fine.
Yeah.
Dogs be
Yeah,
dogs. So I'll let you decide if you want to check your pride. I think it's again, this is a mystery to be solved. How to block the vans.
Yes, I think I will check my pride to re-roll. I think it's eight, 6 of those.
Yeah, you can so do the roll d6. Let's re-roll 6
Yes,
of those.
sir. 6 submit. Ooh, one more success.
All right, you guys got 3 successes already. All right, next let's go with Andy. Roll your force.
Door, excuse me.
Force. All right. So here we go.
What is it? Calculate for me. 2 successes. Nice.
Oh, you're making it easy.
Oh,
Famous
now you
last words.
jinxed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you jinxed it.
Famous last words.
All right.
So
unless
we
you
were
want.
able to sort of like bring this thing in and like collapse some of these things. And
Yep. Yeah, I'll show the scene once we figure out what the roles are and all that. But yeah, did you
program roll?
Yeah, but first, Andy, did you want to do anything else? Did you want to add anything, or you have faith in Mikey?
I think I'm gonna sort of I mean he said it's gonna be easy, so we're gonna trust him.
It damn well better be, Mikey. Awesome, go for it. Yeah, so yeah, it's a programming role, and you're using your computer, so let's roll it with that.
Okay. You know, it would be the perfect song for this moment right now, guys. In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. Yeah.
And he probably does that from distance. He's like, I can feel it. Get it? One success.
Hey, I got one.
Awesome. All right. We hit the required number to actually succeed at this extended troll. So good job. So yeah, so the scene is basically like, here's Mikey, and he's kind of face right into the pocket computer, doing his programming. This is not easy. This is it, the thing that makes it kind of easy is the fact that it's like 70s technology. It's 70s programming. It is military programming, but it's 70s programming. So like, as all things, like 80s 80s technology beats out 70s military gear in terms of this type of programming. So yeah, so he kind of like, oh, there's that line, remove, delete, alter. This is a 1, not a 0. Boom, hacked. So it's like he hits the last one.
Save.
And save. Save 0/0, whatever the hell it was.
Wasn't government programming all done in Ada back then? ADA? Ada?
Well, this is Japanese too, so I have no idea.
Oh, that's right.
And we don't care. We're good with it. So yeah, so you hit the last button and suddenly Icy kind of stiffens. Yeah. So Icy kind of stiffens, and you see him like, flips open the hatch where the thing was, and he puts his like again, he has like the 3 fingers and 1 thumb, and he like puts it on there and pushes, and you see like indents that were made for just this, for just his fingers, and twist, and you hear like it's like, it's not like he's unscrewing anything, but you hear like yeah, exactly. You hear like, yeah, it's pretty much that, and you hear like tumblers almost moving, like something clicks as he does this and brings it this way, and all of a sudden, chunk. And the thing is still blinking and is still like vestigially powered. And he puts it down, and then he kind of actually, I'm gonna hold this part. But
Andy, you should bat that thing out of here.
I can throw it.
Or throw it.
Nice. So yeah, so in the meanwhile, Jude has already scoped out places to do the thing. He's like, Andy, there. And Andy, basically takes a look at it, and it's like, yeah, I've met bigger linebackers, and basically throws himself into the wall. Boom. So 2 come down, and and again, if you're watching the TV show this episode, you'd see like the truck one is kind of maneuvering through at a decent pace, and all of a sudden claps and stops, and like this guy in a government suit gets out, and he's kind of looking around like, what can I do? And then the scene kind of repeats itself a couple other times.
He's
and that
totally disabled, right? Like in the 80s TV shows, they're like, oh, that's it.
Well, that's it. I can't do anything here. Exactly. So yeah, that's when you guys get back to Icy and Mikey in time to see him take out the thing, and that's when you're like, yeah, I can throw that. And sure as hell, describe your throw. This is your thing.
So this, I assume it's small, right? It's not like a football. It's more like a baseball.
Yeah, I would say it's like one of those large shooter marble type of size of things.
Or like a golf ball.
Golf ball, even better.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw it like a baseball. I'm just going to wind up and be like, watch this. Of course, I'm left-handed, so.
Whoa.
And just launch it.
Cool. And you guys like see it just, shrink off in the distance, and it's over a wall and never to be seen again. And with that, Icy kind of stands tall.
Actually, can I back up? I'm going to throw it out in the cornfield that's outside of the junkyard.
Oh.
So that the guys will be out in the cornfield looking for it.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Yes, yeah, that absolutely is what happens. And yeah, and like you guys don't see it. The guys in the trucks are like, oh, we picked up single. We don't have to go through this barrier that just dropped. We can hightail it out of here, and it's outside there. Okay, the triangle. You can see him like coordinating on walkie-talkies, like, all right, triangulate the target. Exactly. And so after that happens, Icy stands, and he's like, I will always remember you boys. My name is Icy. My designation is not a combat robot. And with that, he kind of goes and takes off the weapon attachment and drops it. And he's like, he kind of looks at all three of you, and he does the best approximation with his actual good hand of like what he thinks like humans do, and he like pats each of you on the head in turn, like good boys type of thing. And with that, he turns and he actually leaps over one of the walls of junk. And as of right now, that's as of right now, that's the last you see of Icy, perhaps, or do you? But yeah, and you guys get back. You guys kind of like reassemble yourselves and go back over to your pile, and it looks like Icy is already in the time he was waiting, for Mikey to kind of sort his, figure out where the hell the tools were. He separated everything for you guys, and it's in like way neater piles than you guys could have made. It's like it's almost like in like grid format, like some one big cube's worth of stuff, fitted together.
Everything aligned.
Everything aligned, yeah. It looks pretty. You're almost afraid to touch it, lest it collapse.
It's like art.
All right.
Cool. Take a picture.
Right. Yeah, take a picture. That's the perfect time for a picture.
Hey, Mikey, can you take that torch and just throw it in your backpack?
What? No, it's huge.
Oh, I thought it was like a little propane torch.
Oh no, it's like a gigantic tank on with a tube coming off of it. And
oh, okay. Never mind.
I guess I could shut it off and detach the torch part of it.
No, I thought it was small. Never mind.
No.
So, great timing.
We could get one at the hardware store.
My mom would never let me buy one. That's why I got to sneak it in the house.
Don't hide it in your sock drawer. She's on to you. So yeah, it's good timing too, because Roberts kind of rounds one of the curves. He's like, "What the hell has been going on?" He's like, you can tell he's like talking about all the racket of the stuff collapsing. It's like these three vans just drove on in here, flashed some military or government badges or something. He's like,
and then we were just sitting here sorting this stuff. And all of a sudden the wall collapsed. I don't know.
And you see him kind of look at the piles, and he's just suddenly silent, like in disbelief. You can tell he like totally did not expect you guys to even get a quarter done with this. He's like, any progress is good type of thing, and he kind of does a circle around it, like, well, you boys earned your 20s. Here you go. He kind of, true to his word, he gives each a crisp $20 bill. He's like,
nice.
Yeah, Mikey has like the little marker. Actually, that didn't come into play later. That's years later they had the marker. But yeah, he's like, well, you boys looking for work any other time, you need some more money, you know where to come. I mean, there's more of these, loads of parts coming in. I could always use a hand.
Thanks, Mr. Roberts. We had fun.
He's like, well, that's good, kid. Definitely remember where the money came from. Like I said, I can always use a hand. And you can tell he's like, and it's time to shut things up, so I gotta lock the gates. You guys gotta head out. And it's actually starting to. It's not starting to get dark. It's like if you do the trick with the fingers on the horizon, you guys probably got like an hour and a half before dark time.
Hey, I think I have time to still get back to the library. I got one more thing I gotta do.
Okay.
You guys gonna go with?
Well, yeah, because otherwise I got to go home and face the music.
There's that.
Hell yeah, I'm going. We're distracted.
All right.
So
Mikey, lead the scene.
Mikey picks up on the interest in the torch. So, Mikey leads you guys into the library, and he's like really focused and not really paying attention. He's kind of, he goes into that non-social mode of like, gotta do this, and goes to the card catalogs, finds what he's looking for, writes it down, runs over to the bookshelf. He starts to pick up speed a little bit more. Like, this is going to be the biggest thing ever, but it probably won't, and pulls this book out of here and hands it to Andy and says, "Here, Andy, here's a book on welding. It'll teach you all the basics.
Nice.
You can use a torch."
Thanks, man. That's cool.
You're welcome.
Check it out.
You're welcome.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. What's Jude doing all this time?
Taking himself off
You
mute.
becoming a Metallica fan?
Oh, you're muted, Robert.
That was the whole time.
Talk to us. What's Jude doing?
Jude's probably going to the fairy tale section, trying to grab maybe a golden book. Yeah,
That's
just
funny.
thumbing through them all.
That's funny. Robert's like, why aren't they listening to me?
Yeah, I was like, I made a couple jokes and like they didn't land, but I just assumed, oh man, I'll just try again later.
That was mute. That's fine. You're a funny guy. It was mute. It was totally mute. Cool. So what's the one you end up with? Are you gonna check out a book?
Yeah. I end up with the Little Mermaid, the one I was telling our friend Icy about, and I just throw it in my bag, take it. Maybe I'll see him again sooner than I thought.
Cool. Yeah, like you guys get up to the. Oh, go ahead.
What are you gonna do with your $20?
Oh man, I don't know. It's a lot of money. I don't think I've ever really. Last time I had this much money was when I saved up for that little. And I spent it all on the concert guys, the Dragon Moth, the one where I got the shirt and then their CD.
Tape.
I don't.
It was a tape.
Then their tape.
No CDs. What's a CD of which you speak?
I haven't really listened to it yet, so maybe I shouldn't have bought it. But I you just want to support somebody when you can. I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess.
Jude's like the nicest kid that's ever been.
And Andy's probably gonna figure out how he can pay Alice to buy him another bottle of vodka.
You are rolling in it. It's time to celebrate, my man.
It's time to celebrate with some scotch. Awesome. All right, you guys gonna?
That's also the other Scotch brand, Some Scotch.
Oh, some scotch, yeah. Like the vodka's named is the
wee bit of scotch.
Yeah, some scotch.
Just vodka, some scotch.
Some scotch.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a small town. Yeah, the distillery has to do something, and not a lot of trademark money to go around. But yeah. So, are you guys gonna like retire to like the hideout? Are you guys gonna head home now that things are starting to on the verge of getting dark?
I think we should go back to the hideout and kind of check out our records or something. Or, of course, there might not be a record player there. I don't think. Maybe.
I mean, again, it's your hideout. I can't see why someone wouldn't have gotten even like a rickety one to, someone.
No.
I'm sure Jude has like 8 stereos around his house because they're all hippie music lovers and stuff, and they're you have to have that. So I'm sure they wouldn't have missed the one gone, the old one from the late 60s or early 60s, whatever.
It's a little jank, but it works.
Yep, definitely. So what do you guys? Yeah, so you guys go down. You guys go out, kind of go up the tunnel and everything, and get into your hideout in the abandoned brewery. Which record are you guys popping on first?
Well, we'll put the Replacements on. Never heard it before, so I think it might be good.
Cool.
Check it out. Sabrina said it was going to be good.
Yeah. I can't play the music, but if you want to hum it, like that's completely legal. You're allowed to express yourself like that.
Don't do it too well though, because you could still get striked for that.
Play.
Slightly off key is what you need.
What's
Awesome.
the album?
Let It Be. I was thinking of
Let's
Tim,
Let It Be.
but Tim might not have come out at that point, so it was probably
It-
because Let It Be
it
came out,
was-
I think, the year before.
It was that exact year, 1985. I know because I'm looking at the best albums from 1985.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Tim's on it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe it was
What's-
Tim then. I don't know.
What's one of
Cool.
the songs? This
So, like, Bastards of Young was off of Tim, which is kind of more of an upbeat song. Yeah, let's make it Tim, and he's going to jam out to Bastards of Young.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm assuming Andy does a buttload of air guitar.
Oh yeah, to that song you could. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na.
Awesome.
Can I roll to try and see if I can find out why Andy's so adamant about not going home yet?
Oh, that's a good one. Yes, you can actually.
wanna
That's
know about that
empathy.
too.
Empathy? Empathize? That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's a pretty good one for me.
Yeah, that's like
Oh.
that's like your thing. Oh my god. You have anything extra to roll? You have your luck yet, or
Yeah, I got a luck. I'll try luck,
go for it.
but I'm not gonna break myself for this. Oh, 2 successes.
All right, okay. So let's see what you get out of that. Again, this system's kind of neat in that if you succeed, all you need to do is succeed. Generally, one success gets you where you need to be for almost everything. If something is getting close to impossible, it's 2. If it's totally impossible, but you still want to try, you need 3. So this game rewards you for extra success. So out of curiosity, let's go here.
I'll ask you 2 of those questions.
Yeah, empathize.
Do,
Yeah.
do, do,
All right, so empathize. Yeah, study what makes one tick. So, let's see. Bonus is 1 additional question and 1 die if you end up rolling something. So you have to ask a total of 3 questions off there. So yeah, again, these are kind of you need to use these questions, but you can manipulate them a little to kind of get where you're going here.
How
We
is
are the sons
Andy
of
feeling?
Noah, Bastards of Young.
Andy, how are you
Catchy
feeling?
song.
Yeah, tell the truth. This is not Andy talking. This is Andy's.
I guess
Andy being examined by Jude. So the question is, how is Andy feeling? You have to answer honestly.
Oh, so yeah, he's kind of well, he's worried about having to face his parents because his mom found, a bottle of vodka in his drawer, and she's making a big deal about it, and she put a dare pamphlet on his bed, and you know, so so he explains this to the group. I guess I could do it in character, like. Yeah. So my mom found a bottle of vodka, and it's just for a party. Like, I'm not like drinking it in my room or anything, but I mean, if you go to a party, you kind of got to bring something. And so, she found it, and now she's going to tell my dad. My dad's going to flip out. I'm probably going to be grounded for the next month. And I mean, just sucks.
Is Andy lying about it just being for a party?
Oh damn!
That's one of the questions.
Good one, yes.
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't really. I think he's just starting, and he's just doing it at parties. It's not like a thing where I think he's, like actually drinking
at
at
night
home alone or something like that.
Getting wasted in his room.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think so. He's 14. I probably not. Not at this point. It's possible, I guess.
Awesome.
I don't know what you guys think.
Good use of the question. No, that's perfect. Yeah, it's your character, man. That sounds perfect. Awesome. So yeah, so he is not lying.
Yeah, so I guess Jude will understand that he's not lying, and gonna look at him and say, "So, I mean, what do you want to do, man?"
Like, well,
Are you asking the question to like from the skill? Or are you asking
From the skill, yeah.
Oh, so what do you ask? So again, what are you asking? That
What does he want? What does he want to do? Is he gonna what is he gonna do about this situation with his parents?
Well, I mean, he knows that it's bad, so I know it's bad. But I also I'm also embarrassed because they found it, like it was obviously hidden. Um, and now I'm worried that I'm going to be in trouble, and I'm going to get grounded, and I guess I'm, you know, but his mom is sort of like you know his rock and stuff, so he knows he's disappointed his mom, and that really bothers him, and stuff. So you know he's probably gonna just have to like suck it up and like promise he's not an alcoholic, and like this is not like you know he doesn't do any other drugs, or he's not into that. He's just gonna have to try to like convince them that he's not a hoodlum, or you know
yeah.
some sort of hood rat. I mean, it's just not. So he's kind of like that's weighing on him. Like, what am I gonna do?
You're not a hoodlum, Andy.
I
You're a pretty
know.
cool guy, Andy.
What's that?
You said you're a pretty cool guy, Andy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Maybe it's it's always hard when you disappoint your mom or your dad. I don't really.
Yeah. I
It's like
know.
I don't want to. You just don't want to be there when they're upset at you. I get that.
Yeah. Yeah, it just sucks. But, I probably shouldn't have hidden it. I probably shouldn't have even had it. So, my fault.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, you get to choose whatever you want to do with your own life, but I mean, that always has its own consequences.
You're right.
Do you think you're going to be grounded?
Yeah. I mean, just based on my mom's reaction, like I'm, like I don't know. Well, I know what I'm going to get from my dad. My dad's going to be like, "You're going to blow your ride. You're going to get caught. You're not going to be able to play on the team. Blah 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 blah." And so
That's
just
awesome.
Win.
yeah, you know how that is. It's just yeah, it sucks. Sucks to get caught.
It sucks to get caught. Spoken like a teenager.
But
that's funny.
so then I tell my mom, "Oh, didn't you didn't party?" And then she tells me, "Oh, well, I never partied as a kid." Yeah, right. Come on. Our parents, they were like totally like they were smoking weed and drinking, I mean, come on. That was the 60s. You telling me they didn't party? Anyways.
Both of my parents did go to Woodstock.
Oh, sweet.
Mine did not.
That's like an understatement of the year. Yeah, mine did not. Absolutely, positively, no.
My mother was involved in a revolutionary movement, though.
What was that called?
It was the golden eye of the snake. That's what it translates to, anyway.
That sounds really intense.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is she some kind of like secret badass?
She's super cool. That's for sure.
Oh, funny.
But
what Metallica song is playing in the background as you guys are talking now?
Oh, Metallica?
Yeah, I probably switched over the LP as you guys moved on.
Oh, maybe Orion or something. Is that on Master of Puppets?
Master.
I could tell you right now.
Oh yeah,
Puppets
the
are
title.
pulling your strings. I'm like, come on, guys, this is burnout music. I don't like this.
I don't know. My brother likes it. He thinks
it's burnout music. Oh. So yeah, so lights are dimming. You guys have lights, electric lights on in here, but you can see like through like the windows that are kind of high up. Again, you're probably like in like one of the like the main work areas. Like you have like those industrial windows, on the high sides of the building. You can see like the sunset is happening, and darkness is about to fall.
I think I gotta get going. My dad said I
Yeah.
could be out till the lights went out, and it looks like the lights are going out.
We
I
shook
mean,
the pillars of hell again, guys.
yeah,
It's like the
that was
Pork Chop
intense.
Express.
I'm
I'll be
glad you got
honest
the
with you.
reference.
Yeah.
I've never met a robot that was that scary, but also like that cool. I hope we get to see him again.
I see.
Maybe.
Yeah, I see. I was hoping, it's okay. I'm just gonna go home.
All
I was
right,
You
thinking
man.
you think
maybe
I could hitch a ride on uh your on
a
your
10-speed.
the back of your 10 speed in the back?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can like kind of right on the edges of the back spoke or the back
You
hub.
don't have the pegs.
I don't have pegs. Or you could sit and I'll just pedal.
No, it's okay. I'll just ride. I'll just be on the back
Yeah,
on
the mechanics of the
the
ride.
middle.
The mechanics of the multiple person bike ride.
Yep.
I mean, I guess good luck, Andy.
Thanks. I'll let you guys know if I get grounded.
Yeah.
I guess we'll figure it out when we don't see you tomorrow.
We don't
Maybe-
see you tomorrow.
And if I see Sabrina, I'm going to tell her, hey, I like the replacements. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll say I think we'll say yeah. You guys happen to cross paths as you're heading home down that long sad road to Andy's house.
The
And our
walk of shame.
parents.
The walk of terror.
Hey, maybe we can stop by the Navy surplus and get walkie-talkies or something. Army Navy surplus if you get
We
grounded.
do have $20.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right.
We do.
They're the really big radios too.
Yeah.
Yeah, $20 goes quite a long way in walkie-talkies in 1985. You're not just talking the crappy little, Spider-Man ones with the short little antenna with a little bug thing on the end. These are like,
They're like
can't,
this
like,
big.
Brick.
yeah, they're like this. They're like you
Pull out the
can talk to
antenna.
you can talk to truckers, man. You can talk to truckers on these things, and they have anything you would get in that kind of size and range is like it also has like the Morse code button with the little Morse code written below it. Deet, 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 deet.
Awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
let's do that.
Cool.
Because that
All
might
right.
come in handy in the future.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's funny. Cool. All right, so so I just want to before we continue, I just want to say that like for items, these are flavor items, and that's totally awesome. I like that we're doing you guys are kind of thinking like how can we better get together. As a GM, I'm on board for that kind of attitude. So yeah, that's awesome. But just as a mechanical note, the way that this one works is if you had gotten any special items this episode, by the next they would have already been broken, lost, taken, or whatever.
Like
and then
the torch.
like the torch is already, it will be like gone. But for purposes of flavor and moving things along, the walkie-talkies sound cool. So, but they won't be represented mechanically at all. I just want to put that out there. But yeah, that's awesome. That's an awesome idea. So I'll let you guys decide. Think about it. Talk about it in Discord if that's what you want to spend your cashage on, and we can kind of go from there. But let's if you guys are okay with it, let's do XP. Unless you guys wanted to do any other scenes before we kind of start wrapping things up.
Just one. I need you to put on this reflective jacket when you ride on the bike and observe the light that's connected to the back. Try not to block that. It's important
Okay,
to
Show
know
him the
vehicles
hand
behind us.
signals.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
does he do he does the hand signals for you?
Oh yeah, here's the hand signals too.
That's awesome.
okay.
All right. I can totally see Mikey do that because, like, we can't even turn if we don't have the signal on. If you don't do the signal, you aren't even allowed to turn the handlebars. It's the law.
Exactly.
It is the law. The law is written.
Exactly.
Does your bike have one of those long flags on it too? You know, like the coming out the back.
No, he that's risky. That's risky for Mikey. Like it needs to be in the pristine condition that you purchased the bike in, right? Like gotta maintain exactly what it was
Right.
when you got it. So
Okay.
I mean, unless it's an official accessory, then
Oh,
you
there you
know.
go.
But I'm sure your parents make you have this giant headlight on the front of it, you know, so that
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Safety.
And I have to wear a helmet too, which I'm sorry, I'm not gonna give that up.
and
I'm
that's
sorry.
rare in 1985.
Yeah,
It
nobody wore
is.
helmets. Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, Mikey's like, I really like you, Jude, but this is my helmet.
You should have brought your own.
We can get you one next time. You can use my mom's.
Funny. All right. Any other scenes you guys wanted to do before we go to XP? No.
Oh,
Okay.
XP time.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys are amazing in the session. That's awesome. Good job. So yeah, let's go through the list. Let's see. I think let's start with Mikey first this time.
Okay.
So let's go through the questions. Just 5 questions. Did you participate in the session?
Definitely.
Yes. Have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
I don't know if it was trouble, but it definitely was like emotional turmoil to have to be involved with that scene with my parents. So didn't
Gotcha.
exactly feel great.
All right. Well, I'll let you decide which one that is. If you want to claim it, go for it.
Yeah, not so much. I'm
Okay.
not gonna claim that one.
All right. Did you use or struggle with your pride? I think you checked your pride, didn't
Yes.
you?
Well, I didn't actually check it. That's what I was going to do with the manual,
Oh, right.
but then it turned out to be Japanese, so I tried to.
All right.
I read diagrams at a 16th grade level.
That counts for something. So that's you're kind of showing off your reading smart. So let's go for it. Let's say that's a good one.
Okay.
I'm willing to call that. That's cool. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Yeah.
I think probably
I?
yeah. I think yeah. I mean, just being around the robot in the beginning and to begin with, and doing your part with the robot as they're doing the other stuff. I definitely would call that risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you learned something new? And if so, what is it?
Learned something new. Boy, everything's escaping me now all of a sudden. But
You don't have to. You're
I
allowed to.
can't. I just can't think of anything that really sticks out.
Okay.
So, I mean,
All right.
I'm sure there's a ton of things that qualify, but nothing really sharp, So,
Robots have feelings?
oh my gosh, I
That's
think
what I
that'll
was
be
thinking.
yours. I think that'll be yours.
All right. Okay. So that's 3 XP for Mikey.
Okay.
Cool. And let's go to Andy. Andy, did you participate in the session?
Yep.
All right. Have you been in trouble? Yes. Because of your problem? Yes. Or your relationships? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Get that point. Did you use or struggle with your pride?
I did.
Well,
Throwing arm.
what was that?
So my pride is the throwing arm.
Oh,
so-
yep. Absolutely. That was fun. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids? I would say yes.
Yeah.
All right. And have you learned something new? And if so, what is it?
Well, I'll let Robert take the feelings from the robot one, and so yeah, and that was the only thing I could think of, but he can have that one.
Okay. All right. That's so that's 4 for Andy.
Yeah.
Cool. Jude, did you participate in this session?
I hope so.
Excellent. There you go. Have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
I don't think I've ever really met a robot before.
Gotcha. So, what's your trouble? I guess
I'm
I forgot.
unfamiliar with the
Oh,
outside world.
oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's count that. All right. Did you struggle with did you use or struggle with your pride?
Bingo.
Yeah. Oh, you're better. Okay.
Yeah, with the wall.
The wall. Okay. And did you put yourself at risk for the other kids? Yes. I think so.
Yes,
Would you
sir.
agree? Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
you had to sneak in and get the book.
Yeah.
yeah. And then have you learned something new? Let's hear about robot emotions.
Yeah, I learned that robots they got feelings too, and maybe they weren't really meant to kill as they were made to. Maybe they just want to be nice guys on the inside and the outside without a weapon on their hand.
That is profound. You should write that down. Excellent. All right,
Uh,
so 5 for Jude. So now,
yeah, right.
have you guys do you guys spend any XP from last session? I know you guys have all hit over 5.
I have,
Yeah.
yeah.
What'd
So
you
I
guys
did
spend them
not.
on?
I should move one of my skills up.
Yeah. But how
Well,
many
I boost.
how many XP do you have now, Andy?
So I had 4 from the last time, 4 this time, and I forgot how many I had the first time.
You haven't been
Probably 3.
adding anything?
Did
So
you put it on your sheet?
no, I just
Oh.
wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
I've been check marking it, and then as I use it, like unchecking the ones I use, and then continuing on and wrapping around with
Gotcha.
new points.
Yeah, looks like you
Where?
have some checked, Andy.
Okay.
It's like the
Maybe
first
that was from the first episode.
yeah, so let's call it 3 for the first and then 4 and then 4, is it?
Yeah.
So basically, yes. Basically, you can't. You aren't able to hoard anymore. So you definitely need to spend. So, did you want to think about it? And we'll talk about your skill ups next time. But you definitely have to take
Yeah.
at least one.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to
maybe
bank
in our
it in this game.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, yeah, hold on to it, and we'll again. You have to at least take one, but there's no reason to bank it. So,
Got it.
take 2 skill ups, and
Okay.
then we'll talk about that at the beginning of next session.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. How about Mikey? What have you gone up in?
I spent the f- with the so bef- I don't know if it was between last and now. Yeah, between last and now, I bumped up lead, so I added a point
Oh,
to
nice.
lead,
Very
and
cool.
then I had 3 points left over, and I gained 3 points tonight. So I still could get another one. I just don't know what it's going to be yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it lead like that lead thing is something that I think based on Mikey being the one that has the most to say, and then like Mikey's kind of paying attention to the questions that Jude likes to ask, right? He's kind of learning a whole new approach to people based on what Jude does. So
Oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely observant, and definitely that can help him to lead or to the other one of the other. There are 2 things lead does: either A, actually lead, like inspire the troops, and you basically you can potentially create a pool of extra dice to pull from, or B, you can also lead is also used in like trying to heal the other kids when you have some time together. You roll that, and that tells you did you actually remove any of their conditions or anything like that. So that's another use of lead. So I can see Mikey using both of those. So that's pretty cool. All right. How about Jude?
I was thinking about putting another point into lead, but I put this session's point into charm.
Oh,
2,
nice.
3, 4, 5, because I got a flat 0 in there, and I feel like Jude's a little more charismatic than that.
That's cool.
I bumped up my sneak for the last time,
Okay, cool. Nice.
and I think that's it. That's all I have.
Perfect. Awesome. yeah, I'm interested to hear which direction Andy goes. Because there's he is the tough of the group, but there's a lot more to him than that. So that's pretty cool. Cool. So we have some time. Let's ask some questions. Let's see here, and we'll go into player mode at this point. It's like I'm trying to think. So, Tim, this is a good question for you. So yeah, so you brought up the Dare thing. What do you remember about the Dare program back in the day, back in the 80s?
Well,
This is like our nostalgia time for viewers and stuff like that.
yeah, I just remember like the whole just say no, the whole this is your brain on drugs with
Yeah,
the egg
Nancy
in the frying
Reagan.
pan. But yeah, it seemed like the focus was on sort of if you got drugs are supply and demand. The focus was on the demand side. Like, can we get kids to not want the drugs or I remember they would haul in. I remember in middle school they brought in some like addicts and stuff like that, and they would you know talk about their story, and the cops would actually bring in drugs. I remember like there was like this thing full of pills, and the cop was pointing out, oh, this is a whatever it was, and this is speed, and this is, you know, and it was really, yeah, it was really that was kind of an interesting time because that was the focus. Like it wasn't. They probably understood that you can't stop the supply because there's demand. So the idea was, well, can we get the if we can get at the kids at a young enough age to keep them from sort of getting into it, maybe we have a chance. I don't know. I mean, obviously it didn't stop everything, but I do remember like me and my friends thinking like, yeah, drugs are for kind of like the loser and stuff, and that was in like middle school, early high school and stuff, and then sort of as you get older, you realize well everybody was probably doing it, and I mean I wasn't into that scene, but it's still it was
Standard
such
disclaimer: Tim is admitting to no drug use at any time in his life. Should anybody be watching this video? Please continue.
I
The government
remember
just
I remember like it being like the first time I ever like you're saying they show these pills and stuff, right? Like being surprised, like oh well, this is what this looks like, and I don't think looking back I would have ever known. Like I never would have run across any of that stuff had they not shown me, right? Um,
Mhm.
at least anything beyond like the classics of like marijuana and whatnot. So.
That's
So I,
funny.
I think that's a little like contradictory almost like looking back it's like maybe you're overeducating people.
That's funny. Yeah, all I knew is
Well,
like
those red ones look good.
those red ones. I,
Yeah.
as a middle schooler and a high schooler, I remember being curious about the whole drug thing, but I was such a goody two shoes nice kid. I couldn't find or locate the bad people to potentially get them
Yeah,
from. so so maybe it
right.
was just a matter of don't let people know where to get them from, and they won't want them. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a very interesting era, and of course the war on drugs and all that kind of thing. Um,
Nancy Reagan.
Nancy Reagan, darn it, Nancy.
Well, you remember the after
Just
school
say no.
specials too?
Oh yeah, the very in a very special blossom.
Yeah,
That really happened. Yeah, it was either oh my god, the person is either going to get molested or they're doing drugs.
right.
It's like you knew that it's just in a very special
Yeah,
episode of Different Strokes.
Very
Uh,
right.
special.
in a very yeah, and there in the very special episode of Different Strokes, not Willis, the younger brother
Oh, Arnold.
Arnold was almost molested.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that was like it's like oh my god, what the hell is going? Yeah, so good
And
to
then
know.
after the episode, there would be like a serious talk kind of
Yes, yeah,
thing.
exactly, and yeah, serious talk, and sometimes I think the hotline thing there were hotlines and yeah. So switching gears, another question for Aaron. Aaron is my go-to dude for like music stuff. So like what was like when you were in middle school, high school, 85-ish, what was your go-to tunes? I know you got the let out.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even get the let out till I went to college. Like, I didn't start listening to Led Zeppelin until my freshman year in college, which was 87, 88. But in 85, I would have been like sophomore, junior time. It probably would have been the the time at which I started really getting into Duran Duran, and I became a major Duran Duran head. Like, had the members only
Awesome.
jacket, and I had like every single Duran Duran pin you could possibly find on this jacket on the lapel, and I played the tapes nonstop and drove my friends crazy. They're like, "Dude, we,
Dude,
enough."
we know you're hungry like a wolf, okay? So just
Yeah,
fucking stop. Fucking stop. I swear to God.
yeah. And I remember meeting this girl at West. Do you remember Amy Yearwood, Tim? Do you know
Yeah.
her? So
Don't
Amy
don't
Yearwood.
use real names.
My bad.
Continue.
We'll bleep that out, I guess.
Beep, beep,
Right?
beep, beep.
Do you remember
Yeah.
Jenny
So
Smith?
yeah. Yeah. Anyway, she was like even more into it than I was. So she inspired me to like become that Duran Duran head that I was.
That's funny.
And then there was a point at which I started hanging out with a different group of kids in the drama club, and they were really into things like the Doors, and like they had just re-released like the Doors double album, and Pink Floyd was kind of circling back on Dark Side of the Moon at that point. It had been out for a while already, but marketing as it was like, if you like The Wall,
Hmm.
you'll like Dark Side of the Moon. So was really into that too, in like junior, senior year.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yep.
That's cool.
Aha, that was big. Pet Shop Boys. And the funny thing is, like, I tended to listen to a lot of bands that I could sing in that range because I was a singer at the time. So anything that was like really high pitched, that was me.
That's awesome. Yeah, my when I was growing up in that general era, my family, we got comedy albums. That was our family thing to do. We'd put a record on the record player and listen to comedy. And oh, it
Bill
didn't age.
Cosby.
Bill
It
Cosby.
was fucking Bill Cosby. I kid you not. We had like 5 of his albums, and we listened to him regularly. And it did not age well, apparently, because he was a rapist at that time. Yeah, he was raping people. So yeah, but yeah, we laughed a lot to Bill Cosby, and we even had a Sam Kinison album. That was
Oh wow.
yeah, that was risque for that time, and that did not age well either. So and he's dead. But there we go. So this is where we come to Robert. Robert. So like, obviously a person who was not even a great idea in the 80s.
My mom was like 5 in 1985.
Yeah, exactly. And
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ, I
My
hate
little
life.
niece.
Oh my
My little
God,
cousin.
I'm freaking old. Oh my God. I'm just gonna walk in traffic. I'll be not back. Oh God, I'm feeling extra old now. Ooh. Robert, that's like your superpower is making me feel like an old son of a bitch.
I mean, it's not really much of a challenge if I'm being honest.
Oh, touche, mon frere. Oh my goodness, good one. That's awesome. Yeah. So like, yeah, you have so your conception of this I know isn't great. Like, but like, have you watched the movies of the era? Like, the Pretty. Have you watched the Pretty in Pink,
I've watched
the
almost every
St. Elmo's
John Hughes
Fire?
movie ever.
Yeah,
Every what
and
movie?
John Hughes, like all the
John
Pretty in
Hughes.
Pink and
Yeah.
16
Breakfast
Candles,
Club.
Breakfast Club.
I love The Breakfast Club. That was my favorite movie forever before I found out what Pulp Fiction was.
That's hilarious. Yeah, John
What about
Hughes,
the
all the
Goonies?
classics.
Have you ever seen the Goonies?
Oh yeah, my mom used to love that movie. She'd throw it on all the time. It was really good. I loved it.
That's awesome. Yeah, the
How
Goonies.
about Short Circuit. Did you see Short Circuit?
I did actually. Yeah, I really
Number
like
5
Short
is
Circuit.
Alive.
Five
Yeah,
Yes,
Alive.
sir.
Johnny Five.
I didn't
Johnny
like the
5.
sequels as much.
How about The Last Dragon? Have you seen The Last Dragon?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh,
Maybe
you
you're
gotta see
Oh
that
my
one.
God! Look it up.
You gotta see that one because that one has got like some of the most throwback B-rate character or actors. And somehow it became just this massive cult following. I think because it's a lot of kung fu basically, but it's also got a lot of great hip hop.
I'm
A lot of bad
surprised I
hip hop.
haven't seen it. Oh, he's wearing Bruce Lee's outfit.
Yeah.
And then there's the movie that we referenced earlier, Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh yeah. Did you know that
Wow.
Kurt Russell was trying to imitate John Wayne in that character?
I did
I
not.
could kind of see that.
Yeah. Once I heard that, I'm like, huh, yeah, I get it now.
That's funny. How about The Last Starfighter? Which I think they're remaking.
Yeah.
You lost me again.
If you haven't seen it, look it up. Awesome movie.
I'm
What was
looking
the name
all
of
of
that
these
Death
up on
Orchid,
Google.
or what does he do at the very
Yeah, the
end?
Death Orchid.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that was a
Oh,
classic.
yeah.
Good times.
Good stuff.
So Robert, I hope that even though you don't understand anything that we're saying here, I hope you find it interesting once you look it up on Wikipedia, which didn't exist in 1980s. Yeah.
They look it. All of it just looks exactly like it came from the 80s,
It
and
did.
nothing looks beautiful. It's all very jank.
All janky.
Oh man, there's some bad CGI, but I mean it's probably good.
Hey, for 1985, those were
effects.
damn good CGIs. I'll have you know. Cool. So yeah,
I
so
love the Lizard Man.
it is classic.
Where's his name?
So even though you don't you haven't experienced it, it sounds like you've been looking stuff up and you're actually a master of the John Hughes genre. So you're already ahead of the game.
Oh,
So
yeah.
good job. So hope you're enjoying this version of the 80s. But
I'm loving it.
awesome. Cool. Well, let's wrap it up then. I think we're good. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are awesome as always. I'm really loving your characters. Getting to know them more. Again, I like doing the mundane scenes only not only because the game recommends it, but because it is so juxtaposition-y to there's this cool brotherhood type feel you have with the guys, and then you have this mundane life where they just want stuff from you constantly, and it's and the irony is that the adults in this game think they're training you for adulthood, but you already kind of mastered the things they would want a good person would want you to, being there for each other, taking good risks for good reasons, watching out for people, doing the right thing, et cetera, et cetera. So it's kind of the irony is there too. I like that. So let's say goodbye to our stars of the show. Let's start with Robert over here.
Goodbye. It was fun.
Awesome. And next we have Tim.
Tonight's episode of Tales from the Loop was sponsored by High C Ecto Cooler.
Damn right it was.
You're gonna get him in so much trouble.
I don't think anyone's gonna. No, we're good. And last but not least, we have Aaron.
Yep. Thanks everybody for watching.
Cool. And I saw you posted your playlist on Discord.
Yeah. I started throwing together Mikey Wong's super hits or something like that, and I made a Google playlist, so it's in the general chat. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'll if it's okay when I do make this in a YouTube, I'll pop it in the description.
Yeah.
Unless you would rather it not be there.
No, yeah, please. Let's get it out there. I mean,
all right.
and I'll
Mikey's
continue
playlist.
to add some things to it. And it, in the true fashion of a 12-year-old, like not all these songs actually fit together.
They sound cool.
Not all of them are actually super jams. Like, yeah, but they're important to Mikey. So
awesome.
You've got Cyndi Lauper in there, don't you?
I do.
As you should.
I I have her song from the Goonies soundtrack.
Goonies are good
Oh,
enough.
good enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good enough. Yep.
Awesome. All right. So, in closing, I am Scott's Case Files. If you're watching me on Twitch, you see all the stuff below, all my Twitter, Discord, YouTube, etc. If you enjoyed the show, think about following, and you'll be on top of when the next session is. And I will talk to you later. Thank you guys for coming. You guys are awesome as always. And we'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye for now.
Sledgehammer.